In 2017, this man, Zach Adams, was accused and convicted of killing that young lady, Holly Bobo, a nursing student. Problem is, the state didn't have any evidence, not any real evidence. Instead, they put on a guy who was allegedly with Zach Adams, and he testified throwing Adams under the bus. Problem was, the story was complete bullshit. I'm Bob Mata. This is Defense Diaries. We are on day 13 of the Zach Adams 2017 trial. Let's get into it. What is up, beautiful humans? Happy Thursday. I am Bob Mata. This is Defense Diaries. Going to be without the better half again today. She's still working. I might be able to drag her on, but don't hold your breath. Like that was yeoman's work I did yesterday to drag her on. So we are plowing through. So I think yesterday DB told me that was the 90-day statutory deadline for the judge to get his order out to the world. If you watch the post-conviction hearing, you knew at the end, he said, look, I know what the statutory deadline is on it. The reality is it's probably going to take me a little longer. I got a lot to dig into. I got a lot to think about. So I'm not shocked that it didn't come down yesterday, but could be any day. Could be any day. But it does give us the opportunity. The one silver lining is it gives us the opportunity to continue to plow through the trial from 2017 to just see how bad it was. So I know there's those of you out there that have already seen this trial and you keep telling me, oh, Bob, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And I believe that. I believe that because anytime somebody gets railroaded, there's one thing, one constant is the trial was for shit. So I fully anticipate this thing's going to continue to snowball into the nightmare that ultimately resulted in Zach Adams being convicted. So let me pull it up. Before I do, I've been like kind of racking my brain trying to. I got to do daily grifts. I don't do ads during lives, so I put it on y'all. I got to make a living. So what I want from you guys, we always have the stickers and the T-shirts, and I'm so slow at sending it out, but they always go out. You'll always get it. It's just I'm not that guy who runs to the post office and says, "Oh, I got to mail this shit." It's just not how I operate, which is a huge fault of mine and one that I own. I am not a post office friendly person. Like me and the post office, we just don't get along. I just don't like going there. I don't like filling out envelopes. I don't like any of it. The whole process is very cumbersome and quite frankly, it doesn't interest me at all. So it's really out of complete guilt where I end up finally going to the post office and getting all the stuff mailed out, which is what I am so bad at getting to the post office that Tracy, my beautiful, magnificent mod who does so much for us, has offered. Bob, she says, Bob, send me the stickers. That way you see I can send them out in a timely fashion. And I said, okay, that's amazing, Tracy. And yet the big bag of stickers is sitting right next to my setup here and has been since whenever she made that offer. I have somebody and I see Kai. Anybody really, anybody to do it aside from me. I just don't have the bandwidth for it. I'm trying to think of content for you guys, and trying to think about what I have coming up next and what to do and the things that I need to cover. And a million people reaching out to me about the things that they want to see covered. And so all a bunch of excuses. But the bottom line is for today's grift, I want to do a wheel spin, but I'm going to ask you guys what you'd like to have the winner. So there's the option to come on with me today to hang for a bit, which I would love because I get lonely. I get lonely without my girl. So if somebody wants to come on, hang 15, 20 minutes with me, talk shit, do whatever, ask me questions, talk about the case, whatever we want. We could do the stickers again. just understanding that the people that have won stickers already are still waiting for their stickers. Bonfire's not my fault. I put the orders in, and when Bonfire gets to you, it gets to you. So that's for the t-shirts. But the t-shirts are cool. Like I said, we have new designs in there. So those are 3 options. I'm also open to any other ideas that you may have for a wheel spin. I was trying to think if I have like something cool to give away. And the only thing that I was thinking that I have, hold on, I'll show you. God, have I been muted the whole time? Have I been muted the whole time? It's this damn microphone. When did I get muted? How much of it have you heard? How much of it? The whole time. I've been. Wait, you guys had to have heard the stuff about the post office, right? Nanook, what do you have to say about this? Why does Daddy always mute himself? I don't understand it, buddy. You heard none of it? Oh my, wait. So you didn't even hear the cold open? Because that cold open was fire. Oh my God. I'm pathetic. I'm just ending the stream. Are you guys like were you reading my lips about going to the post office shit? I saw people talking about, oh, you heard the open. Good. Oh, when I picked this thing up, that's when I got muted. Oh, that's not nearly as bad. That's not nearly. So you just heard all my whining and sniveling about going to the post office. You heard all that. You just didn't hear. So, all right, I feel much better. I feel my buddy. It's not as bad as I thought it was. I mean, see, Nanook always knows how to talk me off the ledge. He's very good about that. All right, so this is one of the things I was thinking I could give away on a wheel spin. Okay, like I said, I had this made for when I would go to cons, like back in the days when I used to do Crime Con, and the True Crime Podcast Festival. It's kind of cool. It's really a thing for. So I think, if I remember correctly, if you scan this bar down here on the bottom, it brings you to the podcast. But it's just kind of like a keepsake, and it is one of a kind, and it's kind of cool. So that's an idea. That's an idea. So you guys let me know. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna put the grift up, but I'm gonna leave it to you guys. I'm gonna call it viewer's choice. For if you guys meet the goal, you get to pick what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a wheel spin, but you guys get to elect what you'd like it to be, whether t-shirt or a coffee tumbler or a tote bag from the merch store. And Tracy and I are actively working to try to figure out a different store. And Spitfire had sent me some ideas. And then we kind of looked at, actually Tracy looked at the reviews for Fourth Wall and the place that you sent. The reviews weren't great for the spot you sent, but they only had 11 of them. So that could have just been somebody, whereas Fourth Wall had about 200 plus reviews, much higher rating. All I give a shit is the merchandise quality, because I've had one of our viewers that I think won a t-shirt, got sent to them. They emailed me. They're like, Bob, one wash and the image was coming off the shirt. And which reminds me, is anybody else who's gotten merch either on their own accord or by winning, have they experienced the same problem in terms of, whatever's on the front? Because so and I told that person, I'm like, I'm going to reach out to him because I want you to get a refund or a new shirt. They send you a new shirt. So, what is this? Well, we'll talk about it. So, bottom line, we're trying to figure out a different way. Like, I actually want to open my own Shopify store. They are one of the sponsors of the show, and I'd like to have my own storefront. But it's kind of the on-demand thing. So your T-shirt is held up. That's good. Printful, yeah, I've used them before. See, I kind of want the on-demand thing because it's like if I know that I have a design that people like and are buying, then that's fine. I'll go ahead. Or I could probably actually make some money on it because with Bonfire, I'm making like $2 a shirt. It's ridiculous. It's like what a great business model. I'm going to take somebody else's idea and intellectual property and design, and then we're going to print it on a shirt for them, and we're going to make 95% of the profit, and we'll send the person whose show and whose merch it is $2. So, all right. So at any rate, let me get that thing up and running so that we can get started with the trial. All right. But like I said, this is going to be viewer's choice. And I'm putting it on y'all. Like I've decided I'm not going to feel bad about grifting. It's like it's how I make my living. So I've got to do it. And I just see other channels just crushing it. It's like insane. I'm like, what? I'm like not begging enough. Like, I don't know what it is, what I'm not doing right. But all right. And I'll tell you right now, Spitfire's always telling me, like, put your damn goal up. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna do 30. It's a high goal, but for giveaways, I think it's fair. I think it's fair. So I'm gonna call it viewer's choice wheel spin. Okay, so what I need my mods to do is keep track as they see ideas. And then ultimately, I'll take like the top 3 or 4 ideas from you guys, and then I'll throw a poll up, and then we'll figure out which thing we're gonna do so that it's democratic. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, viewers choose wheel spin. All right, I started the goal. And of course, as always, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, PayPal all count towards the goal. So yesterday, you guys didn't even make the goal, and I still did the thing. Like Allie came on. She didn't know. She didn't know we didn't make the goal. I'm like, you've just undermined the whole goal, babe. I'm doing the grift. I don't give a shit. I work really hard at this. I work really, really hard at this. I think there's value to what I do and what Allie does. So, I'm not going to apologize for it. So, but I don't want to drive you guys to the poorhouse either. So, it's a delicate balance. Delicate balance. All right, let me get this guy pulled up. So I've got it paused exactly where we left off yesterday. Okay, and if you will recall, we had the phone oh my God, hold on. I'm going to refresh. It drives me nuts. StreamYard's doing something weird. Like sometimes when I share an image, it shrinks down my screen and it does something weird. I've got to reach out to them. All right, so you're going to lose me for a second. Like I know this one going in. All right, so you're going to lose me and you're going to lose the thing. Stream will be fine, but I'm going to reload the page. I hope. Let me just say, I hope. I don't think we're going to lose the stream. Like, y'all know me. Does exist the possibility the stream will go, but let me try this. Okay, it worked. Good. Good. That was scary. I'm like, oh man, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose the stream now that I say that. All right, Okay, we got that up. All right, so again, if you'll recall, we have he's a cop, TBI guy, and he is the one that is doing the cell phone data stuff. So let me see. I think I had his name here somewhere. I think this is Frizzell. Is this Frizzell? TB said this guy is ass. So, and I'll take that to the bank. Oh, by the way, I feel like I was heard yesterday because I'm excited to announce. I'm going to see what time it is. My girl Ange over at R&M. She's got something going on today. I'm going to give the exact same. I can't remember if it was a live or a premiere. But I'm about to tell y'all. Okay, upcoming in 4 hours, 6 p.m. Ange is going to be back, baby. She's back. And that is 6 p.m. my time. And she will be going over the Delphi appeal. And this is the title of it. Delphi appeal. The state's reply brief is boring. I love it. So everybody make sure. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be sending y'all over there. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna portal you when we're done here. Oh, what's up, Dr. Katie? Is that you? We miss you. We miss you. Yeah, Doug did destroy him. That was good. Give Angela love. She deserves it. All right, so I'm gonna bloop back probably about 10 seconds. And Katie, if that's you, what's the word on the street, girl? Or Dana, if it's at you, like whichever one of you it is, what's the word on the street? You hearing a buzz? Or are we just still radio silent on the judge's opinion or order? I'm dying to know. All right, let's go. All right.
We're looking at a different. Does this slide show Zach Adams' tower activity at the same time as her pings and her tower activity?
It does. So I want to clear up this though. So the pink represents her, the blue represents the tower that he used. And so this sector 3, I don't know what we're going to call this color. It's not pink, it's not blue, it's a combination of those two.
Okay, because some pink is for Holly?
Yes.
And so there's this tower that's utilized by Holly's phone?
Yes.
And then there's this tower that's utilized by Holly's phone?
Holly's and Zach Adams.
And Zach's phone uses both sides of this same tower?
Yes, it does.
So there's actually a blue underneath this pink?
It is.
Because it's the same side of the tower and everything.
That's right.
All right, let's advance to the next slide. We're looking at a different phone now here, aren't we?
Yes, sir, we are.
Seeing this number. I was going to try to steal that from you while you're.
Oh, no, you're not. What were you going to try to steal like this?
The water.
Oh, the water. Okay. The water. We're going to have a problem here.
Whose phone are we looking at here?
This is Mr. Jason Autry's phone.
All right.
332-073.
Did I tell you I want to try to know where Jason Autry's phone was that morning?
We did. Yes.
All right. And what's his first activity?
6:50 a.m.
6:50 a.m. Outgoing text message. Is that right?
Text message.
And later we will, as stipulated to, later this other number will be recognized as belonging to.
All right, so they're basically going to lay out what they think Zach's timeline for the day was right now. Oh, yeah, we're waiting. We are waiting with bated breath. I'll tell you that right now. Bated breath. And just so y'all know, trial and error, they're going to be the first to know. You guys should be following them. As soon as that order pops, that's where we go. That's where we go to find out what's up. So everybody go follow them. Everybody go to their channel, sub over there. If you audio only, they've got the pod. It's awesome. They're awesome.
Angela Scott Smith or Smith Scott. I always mess her name up. But Jason's girlfriend.
Okay.
This tower, where is this tower as far as in Tennessee?
That's up near Candace.
Wait, am I in trouble? Tracy came back here. Tracy's back. No way. No way. On what grounds? Is that true? Was that some April news? That was some April Fool shit. Did that happen yesterday? I have this delicious bowl of soup that's sitting right next to me. That's just, I can barely concentrate on anything. Like the smell of it. It's a delicious chicken tortilla soup. It's wafting up. Oh, it's a lot. Are you guys serious with the Stouch thing? That's the woman who did she was the suitcase woman, right? The other suitcase woman with the child in the suitcase. That horrible woman out in Colorado. Is that case? They all start to kind of blend together for me. Wow. Holy shit. I did not hear that. Did that happen yesterday? Did that happen yesterday? Wow. Akasha, where? I have so, you got to tell me where. Email, Messenger, Twitter, Instagram. Like, I mean, you guys, you have to understand, I get a lot of messages. So I'm never ignoring you. It could take me 3 weeks to get into like an Instagram requested message because I just forget that thing exists. And I'm like, oh, wait, when did you send me the article, Trace? Wow, I'll have to read it. Jury bias. Wow. Like today, like right now? All right. Well, while we're watching, I gotta take a peek at that shit. Yeah. All right, we have literally 0 on the grift. You guys are really, really killing me. All right, let's go. All right, I'm gonna go off screen to eat some of the Zupa.
Camden.
Yes.
That is a decent distance north of Holiday, north of all these places that we're talking about.
It is. I can guess. I've driven that. I'm going to guess 15 miles rough.
Okay.
Maybe a little less, maybe a little more.
And it's actually not if you take back roads and stuff, not a unpretty drive. It goes through nature preserves and stuff like that. Is that right?
I don't know about the preserve, but yes, it's a rural area. Yes.
So it's 650 outgoing text, and Mr. Autry's phone is up here in Camden. Is that right?
That is correct.
And we put an address on here. Go ahead.
310 Nico Givens Road, Camden, Tennessee.
And we've heard that's the home of Angela Scott.
Okay.
So this tower that's in that area.
It is. It's nearby.
And we're on we're giving the sector a name too?
Sector 2.
Okay. All I can say about the Letitia Stouch thing is if that horrible, horrible asshole got a new trial and Zach Adams and Rick Allen don't, I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. It is not going to be pretty. That I assure you of. Oh my God, I can't believe it. After I eat this delicious soup, I'm gonna read that article.
Going south.
Okay. And would that be consistent with Mr. Autry being in the area south of Benko Hills?
It would.
Could it also be consistent though? Because I know we're talking about general stuff.
Yes.
Could it also be consistent with Mr. Autry's phone being in the area north of Benko Hills?
Maybe. There could be what's called backloads. So the energy emitted on that sector would go toward the south, but it's not a pretty highway. I want to make that clear. It's going to be, I don't know how to describe it. I'll use a technical word called a blob. It's going to be kind of skewed and funny. Backload, there could be some of that tower. They would go to the backside of that. I would expect it to use the other sector, but it didn't in this case, if he were at that house at that time.
Okay. So the fact that he's using this sector, you would expect him not to be using that sector if at 650 he was sitting inside Benko Hills.
That's right. I'd expect him to use the other sector.
And in fact, at 651, which is shortly after that, is that correct?
That's right. 1 minute.
We see him on this other tower.
That's right. So that tells me that most likely that phone is in between those two towers.
Okay. So in the area between these two towers below, south, of Camden and her house.
That's correct.
After 6:51, is it fair to say we had no activity on Mr. Autry's phone until 8:19?
That's right.
So like we said at the very start, at the time of her abduction, we can't tell where Zach Adams' phone is, correct?
That's correct.
We can't tell where Mr. Jason Autry's phone is.
That's correct.
And we can't tell where Shane Austin's phone is.
That's correct.
And we can't tell where Dylan Adams' phone is.
That's correct.
They may have no activity, or they may be off,
That's correct.
or somewhere where they're not receiving any signal.
That's correct.
This next activity we have on Mr. Autry's phone, and we've actually already looked at this on Zach's, is communication with Zach's phone.
That's
Is
right.
that correct?
That's correct.
At the time that phone is communicating with Zach's phone, what tower is Jason Autry using?
He's using the tower at Cox Road near Highway 641 and Interstate 40.
All right, well, is this the same tower we've been looking at quite a few times when we looked at Zach's phone and we looked at Holly's?
It is.
This is the tower near Yellow Springs and Holiday.
That's correct.
So by 8:19 through 8, I can't read that time,
855.
8:55, Jason Autry's phone is on the same tower as Zach Adams' phone.
Yes.
And as we've seen from the previous slide, Holly Bobo's phone.
Yes. Hers didn't use this one until 906.
906.
Yes.
He uses the one, we got ping information before 906.
We did, yes.
Okay. So it's the same tower as these circles that we've seen drawn all around this tower.
Yes.
Can we proceed to the next slide here? All right. This is Jason's phone, right?
It is, yes.
Now what are we showing here?
This is activity from 9:42 a.m. through approximately 10:48 a.m.
Okay, so later on.
All right, let me pause it for a second. By the way, Katie, if you want to come on, I would love to have you come on with me. I'm solo today. I'm flying the ship solo. And we always love having your input. But if you got other shit going on, obviously I understand. All right, so first of all, side eyes, Jess, thank you very, very much. Because Allie and Bob are the coolest there are. We appreciate that so much and your generosity. Claire, we love you so much. We love you right back. Love the DD family. And that obviously includes all y'all, clearly. And we love you very, very much, Claire. And then I did get a couple of Venmos. Our daily $25 Venmo angel, Kim, who, show yourself, woman. She's like this secret squirrel, like, incredible person who just donos $25 a day. Every day we stream. I mean, are you in chat? And I'm talking to Kim, like, I'm dying to know. It's like a Secret Santa type deal. It's crazy. I'm dying to know. But I'm here to tell you, I'm eternally grateful for your generosity. It's all the time. Like every day is crazy. I was doing the math on it. I'm like, wow, what an incredibly generous woman. So Ain't So Plain Jane also sent a $25 Venmo along with a lovely message. She said, really appreciate your content and your integrity. Don't compare your grift to others. It'll come, I know it. And she was talking about, yeah, no, look, I say it tongue in cheek, because I used to be like, get defensive when people are like, you're grifting. I'm like, I'm a lawyer. Like I've got 20 plus years of experience. I'm actually imparting knowledge to people. That's not a grift, you idiot. A grift is when you're out there scamming people. If you're bringing like actual value, you can't consider it a grift. But at some point I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to lean into the whole grift thing because like, I don't really care. As long as you guys see the value in it. And I know you do. That would make me, that's all that I really care about. All right. So this was a great comment. And it says, I don't know. I feel like we should feel relieved with every overturned conviction. It means your appeals process actually works sometimes. 100%. I can't wait to read the opinion. I cannot. It always gives me hope when a trial, especially you know, in a case where a child was killed, you know, you have to think about, you know, appellate court judges are human beings. We all feel a certain way about harm that befalls children, right? We all are very passionate about that, and we don't like it. So, you know, to go so far as to give her a new trial, to reverse the conviction is huge because, and what I'm dying to see, I saw a couple of people say it was based on, I'm assuming pretrial bias, or if it was biased during the trial itself. That means in spite of the overwhelming evidence, because I watched a fair amount of that trial. I think that was happening back on when I was doing like Law and Crime, and I'd sit with Linda or whoever the host was, and they'd book me for like an hour slot, and then we'd sit there, and during breaks we'd come in and we'd shoot the shit, like Bob Bianchi, Michael Bryant, like all those guys. You know, that was back in my Talking Head days. And I mean, it seemed to be overwhelming evidence because in order for the appellate court to not find it to be harmless error, or because of the overwhelming evidence of guilt, it's got to be substantial. Right? I mean, it's got, like, I'm very curious. So it's a great comment, and it's 100% true. It's 100% true. Yes, we want to see the system at work, and we want to see it working properly, because if somebody's Sixth Amendment right to a fair trial was violated, they get a new trial, no matter how horrible they are. And then she'll get convicted again. You guys all know about the Miranda case, right? Miranda warnings, that's what that was born out of. And you guys all understand when we're like, when lawyers are on here and we're talking about like Napui or Glossip or Miranda, those are all cases where you're hearing the name of the defendant. So that, you know, but like the name of the defendant becomes the term that is used. Like, have you been Mirandized? Literally became like a verb. But the story about Miranda, they overturned his conviction. Or was it Miranda or was it Gideon? It might be both. Gideon is what established public defender if you're facing jail time, if you're indigent. It might be both, one or both, and it's escaping me. But, you know, so it became the law of the land, and the person got a new trial, whether it was Gideon or whether it was Miranda or both. They get their new trial, and then they got convicted again. So they fixed it. They either gave Gideon a lawyer, or they excluded whatever Miranda had said that should have been excluded to begin with, and they kept it out the second trial, and they were convicted again. So, you know, the point is that like the family now has to go through the nightmare of that trial again. And I'm talking about Gannon's family. I mean, I just remember that woman was batshit crazy at trial. Like just batshit crazy at trial. So yeah, no. Oh, beautiful. I'll send you an invite. All right, cool. All right, let's keep rolling. And thank you so much, Jane. I really appreciate the generosity. I do. All right, let's go. Oh, wait. I think MB she sent a PayPal. I'm just gonna I like to give the love as it comes. That way you guys know. KB. Oh, wait, maybe this is from yesterday. I don't know. Yeah, that's from yesterday. Never mind. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let me see. I gotta go into that. Oh, Spitfire came through with 5. Love you so much, Spit. And she said, wish it were more. You guys, whenever you donate your hard-earned money to the channel, and I don't care how much it is, please listen to me. Don't ever apologize for whatever amount you're donating. Please. That's ridiculous. Number one, it's the thought that counts most. And number two, every cent matters to us. The fact if you're on a tight budget and you're sending anything speaks volumes about two things. One, who you are as a person, and two, that you value our content. It's just an amazing thing. Please, I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see that anymore. For anybody like apologizing that they didn't give enough money. It's ridiculous. So please don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. It makes me feel awful because it's just wrong. Like, I don't feel like, oh my God, this person only gave $5. No, man. I'm like, wow, that's incredibly generous. Thank you. You don't owe me shit. So when you give a gift like that, I just want you guys to hear that and understand it and know it. Okay. So having cancer is expensive. Oh, Spit, come on, girl. For as much as you do for the show, and for as much as I know you love the show, and just the time that you dedicate to drafting emails and coming up with ideas, like you did, come on. But I want you and Allie to know how much I appreciate your hard work. I do know. I really do. And I'm super appreciative of you. Trust me when I say that. And then MB, I really do want to know what about this case gets to you more than the Todd Mullis case, because I wanted your complete opinion. I think that I intend on going back and finishing Mullis. I know we're still waiting on the thing there. The Mullis thing, for me, and if you're asking what the difference is I think that there exists a possibility that Todd may have done that. Whereas here, I just do not believe that Zach Adams had anything to do with this. You know what I mean? Like that's where, and I'm not saying that Todd did or he didn't. And they put some really compelling witnesses on in Todd Mullis's case in terms of proving that it would have been impossible in terms of the size of the area they were in. You know, I don't know that, like, that's where it's at. But to your point, MB, I am going to go back and finish that. I promise we will. I told you yesterday, I'm making good on all the shit, which includes Avery, but that's going to be last on the list. I have a feeling Avery's never getting out of prison. Sadly, not because I think one way or another, just because I think they're doing everything they can to protect that conviction, which they do for every case. I mean, frankly, the case that I was down in Central Illinois at ISU to do the speaking engagement a couple weeks ago for Barton McNeil. That guy's been in for 27 years for killing his daughter, and he called them back because he was convinced that somebody had done this to his daughter. Like, she had asthma. The ME originally ruled that she had suffocated on her, had an asthma attack while she was sleeping, and it caused her to die. That case is insane. And Bart's been there for 27 years. And there's no part of me that thinks this guy did it. I mean, there are a lot of cases out there, y'all, if you decide to pay attention. Or you could just, walk around with your torch and your pitchfork and scream that everybody's guilty. You could do that. Makes you a shitty person. Just does. I mean, if it's one thing if you're going to dig in, and if you're going to come at me with a position. Like, somebody came at me in our appeal chat yesterday, for whatever godforsaken reason, I was still up at 2:15 in the morning. I should have been long asleep. And, the guy's like, hey, big guy, blah, 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 starts spitting out some shit about the eyewitnesses. And, I'm like, all right, let's go. I'll give you an answer, big guy. I'm always up for the debate. If somebody makes a valid point, I'm going to be like, fascinating. I'm going to take that into account. That's how this thing works. All right, let's go.
On that morning, right?
On that morning.
Next activity at 9:42 a.m. through 10:48. What towers are we using?
All right, let me look back a bit.
It is, yes.
What are we showing here?
This is activity from 9:42 a.m. through approximately 10:48 a.m.
Okay, so later on that morning, right?
On that morning.
Next activity at 9:42 a.m. through 1048. What towers are we using now?
At 9:42, Mr. Autry's phone utilized the tower right over here.
New Garcia, I'm recording it tomorrow morning. So 72 is out. 73 is written. Like I'm moving on that thing. Like I think one just dropped last Monday. So you're not gonna be waiting for like you were.
This is at the Birdsong exit at Interstate 40.
By
Before the Tennessee River.
the Tennessee River.
Yes.
So we were using one well by Holiday in Yellow Springs.
Yes,
And now we're way out to this tower
to the east.
to the east and by the river.
That's correct.
Does that give you a general idea about where his phone is?
Well, we can see at 9:42, and I've labeled this sector U, sector 7, at 9:42. And then nothing until 10:35, and he uses the other side of the tower, sector 9, pointing back toward the west.
And could that be consistent with the phone moving from this area or being in this area and the next time it's used being in this area?
Well, in this case, yes.
Okay.
Because we see 10:35, 10:36 is on sector 9, and then at 10:39, 3 minutes later, it's using the Cox Road Tower, 641 and I-40, just 3 minutes later. So somewhere in between the two, that indicates to me that the phone most likely was moving.
Go to the next one. And we got this out of order. This is just something we talked about real quick. Zach Adams had activity on his phone early that morning. Is that right?
Yes, started earlier, but I began my analysis around 4:54 a.m. So 4:54, 4:58.
Okay. And at that time, he was using that tower by his house.
That's correct.
You proceed with it. All right. Now we want to know about Zach Adams' phone. And basically those times that we just looked at for Mr. Autry. Okay? So we start here at what time?
This is at 9:10 through approximately 10:37
All right.
a.m.
And I've had you highlight any times that there was communication between what phones are we looking at?
This is 733-6373
And whose phone is that?
from Shane Austin.
All right. So when we see yellow, and we'll see this as we go, but as we see yellow, that's communication between Zach Adams' phone and Shane Austin's phone.
That's correct.
All right. 9:10, 9:12. Those are the first two as far as activity. Is that correct?
Not there this time frame, yes.
Okay. And we're utilizing this tower I recognize now near Yellow Springs and Holiday. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then if we skip to the next in time, we're at 9:50. Is that right?
We're at 9:50, sector 7 of the Birdsong Tower, the Birdsong exit
Oh,
by the Tennessee River.
so now we have Zach's phone in the area by that tower that we saw Mr. Autry's by the Tennessee River
That's correct.
at 9:50.
That's correct.
And then we see activity after that, 10:01, 10:03, 10:04, 10:06, 10:06, 10:06, 10:06, 10:10. This is Zach's phone and Shane Austin's phone.
It is.
10:12, all the way through 10:19. Again, we have Zach's phone and Shane Austin's phone.
That's correct.
9:20, same. Zach,
10:20.
I'm sorry, 10:20. We go all the way through 10:37. Is that correct?
Yes.
So
This is looking up.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a little blurry.
Yes, sir.
In 32.
10:32. Okay. So 9:50, 10:32. And if we do jump ahead to these here, 35, 36, 36, and 37, we're all at this tower, Birdsong Tower by the river.
On sector 9, 10:35 through 10:37.
And I know that we switched sectors, but
Yes.
we started the first time we saw this phone at 9:50. We were over here on sector 7 on the Birdsong Tower,
Right.
correct? And the whole time between 9:50 and 10:37, every time we see it, is on the Birdsong Tower, correct?
That's right.
But starting about 10:35, we switched to this other side of the Birdsong Tower.
That's correct.
Okay. Then we pick up with some numbers over here, 10:38, 10:39, a text with Shane Austin's phone, through 10:43, a text with Shane Austin's phone, and then 10:49. And by this time, which is 10:38, we're back on a different tower, aren't we?
Yes, we're back to the west on the I-40, 641.
The one we keep on looking at, Yellow Springs Holiday.
Yes, that's LID 3152.
So if you want to read these chronologically, you have to look at the times. You got to go boom, boom, and then find your next time.
That's correct.
You can't just read straight down.
No.
You can proceed. Now we're taking a look at later on that morning turning into the afternoon. Is that right?
Yes.
Now we're at 11:16 a.m. through 12:18 a.m.
PM.
p.m.
Afternoon.
Absolutely. Where's Mr. Adams' phone?
Parsons, using the Parsons Tower.
All right.
Let me rephrase it this way. It's using the Parsons Tower.
So in the area here of the Parsons Tower.
Yes.
I'm not from this area, okay? But this Parsons Tower, we've heard some testimony about Joe's video in Parsons. You know where that is?
Not exactly.
Well, address.
Parsons is not very big.
No, it's not. You know where the gas station right there in the heart of Parsons is?
I do.
Right across the street used to be a video store
Okay.
called Joe's Video.
On the Ford dealership side or the other side of the road?
The other side of the road.
Okay, gotcha.
Other side of the road.
All right.
Is that the tower that would service that area?
Yes, it would.
All right, proceed to the next slide. All right, we had previously talked about the fact that there were actually 4 pings on her phone that morning. Is that right?
We did, yes.
Okay, we looked at the first 3. Is that correct?
Yes.
The ones that travel north and then around that Yellow Springs Holiday general area. Is that correct?
That is correct.
But was there also a 4th ping in her phone?
Fourth and final ping, yes.
At what time?
9:25 a.m.
All right, and we have a big circle. Is that right?
Yes,
And her house is in that circle.
it is.
So is it fair to say that this circle is south and, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes from the circles that we saw before?
Yes, it is south.
Okay. And this ping is at
25.
9:25 a.m., is that correct?
It is.
When we looked before at about that time and the times around that time, good question, isn't it? When we looked at that time and the surrounding time, where were Mr. Autry's phones and where were Zach Adams' phones?
Near the river.
Near the river.
Well, let's put it this way. I don't know where their phones were. I know they were using the tower located at the Birdsong exit right on I-40 next to the Tennessee River.
Okay. So at the same time that she's pinging in this big circle that includes, her house, Zach Adams and Jason Autry's phone is in the general area of the Tennessee River.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. At 9:25 a.m., when we have this cell phone ping, where's Dylan Adams' phone?
I don't know.
Why do you not know?
There's no activity.
No activity.
No.
In fact, when we see activity on Dylan Adams' phone, when we finally see that morning activity on Dylan Adams' phone, okay? Assuming that the distance from this area is 10, 15 minutes from Shane Austin's trailer, okay? Would Dylan Adams have time to travel south into this circle and then get back to wherever he was getting back?
Anything on the route? Yes.
Because I had you review, did I not, when we next saw activity on Dylan Adams' phone, correct?
Yes, you did.
And the final slide is a mess, but it's sort of a summary. Is that right?
It's a summary of everything we just talked about.
Okay. And just brief, because we've spent enough time. We have cell phone towers down by her house. Is that right?
We do, that's correct.
That would service the area of her house starting out that morning.
That's correct.
We have tower activity north toward Yellow Springs on her phone.
That's correct.
We start getting her cell phone pings in the Yellow Springs Holiday area, 3 of them,
That's right.
over a period of time. Over that period of time, Zach Adams' phone is utilizing the same tower.
Yes,
Jason Autry's phone by that time is utilizing the same tower.
yes,
But it started off up near Camden that morning.
it did.
Zach Adams' phone and Jason Autry's phone go out towards the river that Birdsong Tower.
It is, and that color doesn't really depict the blue and the light blue.
Is Jason on top of Zach?
I think that's
Is that
the
the
case.
color situation?
Yes,
There's a final cell phone ping from Holly. Here. In this circle that is south.
yes,
At this time, Dylan Adams' phone is unaccounted for.
that's correct.
And then we finally have our activity from Zach around 11:16 a.m. where he's utilizing the Parsons Tower.
Yes.
You can resume the sentence.
Okay, thank you.
We approved the sketches for the time being.
Almost the last question.
Okay.
This final cell phone ping, this circle, okay, and this area here near this Parsons Tower, okay. Are you aware whether or not that was the area in which her phone and SIM card were ultimately recovered?
Yes, that was depicted on the slide previously.
That's right. We actually had it labeled previously.
Yes.
Let's take a break. It's going an hour and 17 minutes. For all the rules I gave you, 15-minute recess and with this cross-examination. All right, Mr. Frizzell, finish your direct examination. The defendant attorneys might have some cross-examination.
Yes, sir.
All right.
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay, maybe they don't. You're free to go, sir.
Thank you, sir. Here's the
Is
exhibit.
that the exhibit, all right?
Yes.
Okay, call your next witness, say.
Candace Wood. Judge, I apologize. This witness is slightly out of order. We would have called her earlier. She was out of town.
You can call any order you want, okay?
Just letting you know.
The same thing goes for them. You dictate that. All right, let Commissioner have to go.
Candace Wood, Candace.
Approve the whole truth, and then let Commissioner have to go.
I do.
All right, be seated. I want you to state your name first and last, and spell it for the benefit of the court.
Candace Wood, CandaceWood.
Jefferson,
You may.
Ms. Wood, I'm not asking what you're asking.
What'd I miss? I actually did have to go to the bathroom. I had to go, and then I got sucked into watching a Peanut Tillman talking about Megatron. Whatever. What'd I miss? All I see is DB saying, bet you all didn't expect that, huh? No questions. No cross-examination. Wow. 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 Really? Wow. Damn. That's jacked up. Emblematic.
Address is, but where do you live?
Parsons, Tennessee.
Your name first and last, and spell it for the benefit of the court reporter.
Candace Wood, CANDACEWOOD.
Jefferson?
You may.
Ms. Wood, I'm not asking what your address is, but where do you live?
Parsons, Tennessee.
Okay, did you grow up in that area?
Yes, ma'am.
And sometime prior to 2011, did you become acquainted with, become friends with somebody by the name of Holly Bobo?
Yes, ma'am. I grew up in church with her.
And did you all go to the same church in 2011, or did that predate that by years and years?
No, ma'am. Before she went to Corinth Baptist Church, she went to Perryville Baptist Church in Perryville, Tennessee.
And because of that, did you know her family as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Both Karen and Dana Bobo and her brother Clint.
Yes, ma'am.
And in 2011, did you have a boyfriend?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was his name?
Justin Lowry.
Okay. And where did Justin work?
He worked at the city of Parsons.
Okay. Can we send someone to check and see the source of that? It really doesn't sound like an alarm.
Your Honor, I may not believe that is our warning.
Wow, the judge is a genius. He didn't think that sounded like a car. It's clearly somebody honking their horn. Map, 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 map. Oh, wow.
Dog team.
Oh, okay.
That's just what canine vehicles.
Okay. Well, tell somebody to turn the air on for that dog, all right? I'm sorry for disruption.
Okay. So my question was, in 2011, did you have a boyfriend?
Yes.
And his name was Justin Lowry, I believe you said?
Yes, ma'am.
And where did he work?
He worked at the city of Parsons.
Okay. And do you know anybody in particular that he worked with?
He worked with Drew Scott,
And who was Drew Scott?
Holly's boyfriend.
And because of the relationship of, was your boyfriend friends with Drew Scott?
Yes.
And as a result of your having known Holly, your boyfriend being friends with Drew, did you guys decide that you were going to kind of go on a double date somewhere?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And where did the four of you decide you were going to go?
To the Decatur County Fairgrounds. They had an event.
Okay. And what was the name of the event?
The event is called the world's largest benefit coon hunt.
Okay. And we've heard about this, the coon hunt. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Comes there every year?
Every April, every year.
And so, do you recall the weekend? Let me ask you this. Do you remember hearing that Holly had been abducted and was missing?
Yes.
Just before that, just a few days before that.
April 9th.
What happened on April 9th?
From beginning to end.
Well, no. Did you do something in particular the weekend before Holly went missing?
We went to the coon hunt. Yes.
And is that the event that you and Holly and your boyfriends decided to go to?
Yes.
Right? And where did y'all meet up that day?
We began to meet at MAPCO, which is a gas station beside Decatur County General Hospital. Drew went inside to get him something to drink, Dr. Pepper, I think. And then we proceeded to the Decatur County Fairgrounds.
Okay. And do you remember sort of approximately what time you got to the coon hunt?
It was around 10:30, 11.
Was that a Saturday or Sunday?
It was on a Saturday.
And how long were you guys there?
I'd say about 2 hours.
And did the time you were at the coon hunt include eating lunch?
Yes.
Right, so I'm gonna ask you about things that happened from the time you got there, you said 10 or 10:30,
Yes.
until you ate lunch, okay?
Okay.
Do you remember something odd happening? That
Yes.
you actually make note of something?
Yes.
If you'll direct your answers to the jury and tell them what you remember.
We were meeting at the fairgrounds main building, which is a gray building, and on top of the hill that you go up, it'll be a white building and it'll say Decatur County Fair. The four of us went into the fairgrounds building. We walked around, saw the trophy, saw some of the dogs, and then we went up the hill to the Decatur County Fair white building. On either side, there are booths going from the front to the back. And there's also vendors on the back of the white building. We entered on the right side of the building, looking at all the booths. Then we went the back of the building, saw all the vendors back there. We came around to the left side of the building. We saw all the booths there. We then went to the front of the building. We noticed that there were local vendors that we knew. Holly was beside me to the right. Justin was in front of me. Drew was beside him.
And what were they looking at in particular?
The local vendors that we knew, they were selling dog collars, dog leashes.
So were both of the guys looking at the dog leashes and dog collars?
Yes.
And was Holly sort of looking at that with them?
Yes.
Okay, and what were you looking at the dog collars, the dog leashes?
At the time, I was not interested in looking at any of the items that they had purchased. So I was people watching.
Okay.
And then we stood there.
Oh, DB, you were late. I thought I did retweet it. I think that I did. I'm pretty sure that I did last night. But I also let everybody know how excited I am. And I'm going to be portaling this live to Angie's live. So what do you think about them apples, big guy?
There for about 5 or 10 minutes, and all of a sudden I saw in the corner of my eye a man to my left.
Okay. And what did the man look like?
He was in camouflage,
Okay.
I remember, but everybody that came through was in camouflage, but he was the only one standing still.
Okay. Was he Caucasian, African American, Hispanic?
He was Caucasian.
Okay. Could you see what color his hair was?
It had a reddish tint to it.
Right. And was he tall, short, thin, stocky?
He was tall and fat.
Okay. What was this individual doing?
Where the red fern grows is, and I'm not talking about the Dave Matthews movie, I'm talking about the book. It was my absolute favorite book growing up. I probably read it 30 times. I loved it. And it's such a sad book. It's Old Dan and Little Ann. 2 coonhounds. Kid works for a year to save up money in a can, and he's able to buy these 2 coonhounds. It's an amazing book. It's an amazing book. It's heartbreaking. If you love dogs, I read it to all my kids. So the answer for me, 4B, is a resounding yes.
So I was looking in the corner of my eye. I saw him on his cell phone. He had a black flip phone to his left ear, looking down, scooting some dirt in the ground and looking up at me and Holly. He did that again. He looked down, scooted some dirt and looked back up.
When you're saying scooting some dirt, bending over, scooting, what are you talking about?
He was standing straight with his foot out, scooting dirt.
Okay. So you saw him eyes down looking at the phone, then look back where you and Holly were,
Mhm.
and then eyes down on the phone, and look back up.
He was talking on the phone with someone.
Well, could you actually hear him talking, or is that what it appeared?
It appeared he was talking with someone,
You
yes.
couldn't hear from where you were?
No.
How far away was he from you?
About 10 to 20 feet.
Okay. And was that the end of it?
He did that about 5 or 6 times. After, about 5 or 6 times, I felt uncomfortable.
Let me ask you this. You said he would look down and look up. Did he look down when you caught his eye? Like, she sees me looking at her and now look down, or was he?
When I was glancing toward his way, he looked down, and then when I looked away, that he was looking up. But I caught him a few times looking up towards us.
Right. And you said that happened 5 or 6 different times?
Yes, ma'am.
Over what period of time?
15, 20 minutes.
And then you indicated you started feeling uncomfortable and y'all left?
Yes.
Okay. Did you tell your boyfriend, Justin? Did you mention it to Holly? Did you say anything to Drew?
I tugged on Justin's sleeve and I said, "Let's go."
Okay. So after tugging on his sleeve and saying, "Let's go," did you tell him, or did you tell Drew, or did you tell Holly?
No.
Did it, other than making you feel uncomfortable, were you at that point concerned for your safety, or did you report it to anybody else?
That day, no.
Truth is, did you just think he was looking at the 2 girls?
In a flirtatious way, yes.
Now, you said a few days later, Holly, you learned that Holly was missing.
Yes.
And within that next week or 2, I'm not going to ask you what she said, but did Karen Bobo reach out to you?
Yes.
Was the purpose of reaching out to you because she knew that the 4 of you had did a cocoon hunt?
Yes.
And again, actually, I'm going to ask you something not offering the truth. Did she ask you if you saw or noticed anything unusual at the cocoon hunt?
Yes.
I object. You're getting in here saying.
That, she just stated the purpose before she said it. Your objection's on the road.
Based on that question, did you subsequently report to Karen Bobo and then to law enforcement what you had seen.
Yes.
And at some point in the next few weeks, were you asked to draw a sketch, or excuse me, were you asked to assist somebody, a sketch artist, in drawing a sketch of the individual?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
May I approach? Have you ever seen that before?
Yes.
And what is that?
The drawing that the sketch artist drew.
And did this appear to be, or I guess accurately reflect the individual that you tried to describe that was watching you and Holly?
Yes.
At the time that you drew this sketch, did you know who the individual was?
No, ma'am.
Did you know his name?
No, ma'am.
Had you seen his picture?
No.
Your Honor, ask that Mark is the next exhibit.
209?
Yes, sir.
Put it on the overhead.
All right, let's.
And it's not bothering me, but if it's not bothering the jury, we need to fix that. So at some point in time after you drew the sketch, okay? Did Karen Bobo once again ask to speak with you?
Yes,
And did she show you a photograph?
she did.
Pass forward photograph. And ask if you've seen that.
I haven't seen it, sorry.
It's in the discovery, but let me bring this over here.
There's a lot of discovery, so let's give her a little bit to see. You folks now know what discovery is, right? You still can't legally practice law despite the fact that I've given you this education, okay?
Okay. This judge needs to shut the fuck up. You're not funny. You're not clever. People feel obligated to chuckle when you say some shit, dude, because you're on the bench. You're not a humorous person. You're an awful judge on top of it. And are they really allowing evidence in that the dude was checking a couple of girls out as some kind of evidence of guilt? Holy shit. Cautionary tale, boys. Keep your eyes to yourself. Don't be checking out attractive women when you're out in public because it might get you for murder if that gal turns out dead. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
Do you recognize that picture?
Yes.
How do you recognize that picture?
Karen Bobo showed it to me.
Is there anything else about that picture that is familiar to you?
It was the guy I saw at the coon hut.
I said, this be marked.
I mean, how much confirmation bias does there have to be in this particular scenario? You know, we would all agree that, you know, men that sit around and leer at women and catcall them are disgusting pigs, obviously. This doesn't sound like that was that at all. And then when Holly goes missing, this woman all of a sudden is like, oh my God, isn't that the guy that was checking us out? I mean, what the fuck? This is not evidence. This should never have been admissible in this trial. Ever. Ugh. This is unbelievable.
Together. When you recognize the individual, not sketch, photograph of the individual, at that point in time, did you know who that was?
No.
After Karen Bobo showed you the picture, were you again asked to talk to law enforcement about
Yes.
that photograph?
Yes.
And did they present you with a photograph that looked just like the other one?
Yes, ma'am.
And at the time they presented the photograph to you, did they ask you any other information about this? I mean, know, the description of the man?
Maybe the height and weight.
And was that information documented somewhere?
Yes.
She doesn't have it.
She just said yes.
Where was the information documented that you gave to the police?
The first time I talked to a TBI agent, he asked me the height and weight.
Your Honor, keep your side.
Asking for the height and weight is not hearsay. It's asking what information she gave in response to that.
Oh, you don't know? Weren't you here yesterday? So I was talking about, like, Karen Bobo is the equivalent to the Patty family and the Allen. I mean, she was running this thing. Like, they were answering to her. You know, I mean,
That question.
She, in her defense, she wasn't sure what the response was going to be. Go ahead.
Did law enforcement ask you for a description the first time? Or the second time? Or the third time?
Yes.
Did you give them the description?
Yes.
Did you notice where they notated it?
No.
Do you know who that's a picture of?
Shane Austin.
I have nothing else, Your Honor.
Ross.
Ms. Wood, this, the Coon Hunt Banquet Festival, it was on April the 9th, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was a Saturday, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
And on that day, your testimony is you saw somebody standing still. When you say he's rubbing or pushing dirt, do you mean that he's standing there with his foot kind of going back and forth and the dirt kind of making lines?
Yes, ma'am.
And he appears to be talking on telephone.
Yes, ma'am.
And he just keeps looking at you and Holly standing there.
Yes, ma'am.
And you say it's 5 or 6 times while he's standing there.
Yes, ma'am.
And all the time he's got the phone to his ear talking on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So when you next, when you first talked to law enforcement, it's June 26th of 2011, wasn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's several months later.
Yes.
And at the time, even though it disturbed you that he was looking at you, you didn't give it any more thought the next day or the day after, did you?
I thought about it every day.
Well, but it's after Holly disappeared that it became significant to you, isn't it?
Yes.
And then that's what's haunted you because you feel guilty about this somehow, don't you? I can see you're emotional.
Let her answer the question.
What do you mean guilty?
Well, I mean, you're emotional about what happened, don't you?
Yes.
And if you've thought about it every day, perhaps you've thought about what ifs in the situation. Is that
Yes.
right? Okay. So I wasn't trying to imply that you were somehow responsible, but you thought about what ifs.
Correct.
And so that day you went in and they brought in a professional sketch artist, just like you see on television, and you kind of described as best you could from memory.
Yes.
And definitely after Holly disappeared, you thought about this a whole lot.
Yes.
And then shortly after you had drawn the sketch, Karen Bobo was present, but outside the room. Isn't that right?
During the sketch?
She wasn't present during the sketch, but
No.
she was around.
Yes.
Okay. And so you had stepped out, and that's when she showed you a picture of Shane Austin.
What time frame?
Well, you tell me what time frame she showed you the picture of Shane Austin.
It was a few months after,
Okay, a few months after. you
maybe a
took the
couple
sketch?
months.
Okay, is it possible that you're confused about that and that she showed you the picture shortly after you had done the sketch?
Yes.
And so it's after she showed you the picture and told you that was Shane Austin that then you put the two together, isn't it?
Yes.
When you first initially gave the description of the person, you said it was a white male between 5'7" and 6 feet tall
Yes.
and weighed approximately 250 pounds,
Correct.
had glasses.
Yes.
You said he was dressed in camouflage clothing and brown boots.
Yes.
And as you said, at the coon hunt, everybody was dressed in camouflage clothing and
Correct.
because the whole idea is a lot of those people are there to do coon hunting, aren't they?
Correct. Yes.
Plus, it's a style indicator to wear camouflage.
Yes.
You just have to answer out loud for the court recorder.
She did.
Yes.
And I heard her. Okay?
I know, she shook her head at first.
Well, she answered.
Yes.
I heard her.
And you gave a description. You said that that this encounter with this person occurred between 11:30 and 12:00 p.m. on that day.
Yes,
So even though you were at the coon hunt for several hours, this particular encounter was a 30-minute to, what, today even you said maybe perhaps 20 minutes,
yes,
15 to 20 minutes. Somewhere between 11:30 and 12:00 out, is that right?
correct.
No further questions.
Anything else?
Yes,
All right, thank you very much. You're free to go. You can leave, or if you wish to come back in the courtroom, you may do that, okay? Please don't discuss the testimony that you give. How are your next?
That's all we have for today, Your Honor.
Finishing up a little early. We're actually ahead of schedule. Okay, so we're going to take this hopefully to conclusion within the time frame that I gave you at the outset. If that
both sides are well acquainted with, and it is my intention to ask him about his prior felony convictions, or get elicit from him the fact that he has them. What I wanted to address outside the presence of the jury is the fact that under the rule, you don't get into the facts of the underlying case, because that is no longer, that's not an issue. And I hope to avoid me having to object on cross to that type of testimony. Perhaps the defense doesn't intend to elicit that anyway, but Mr. Simmons didn't ask him, and he didn't confirm that, so I thought better address it now with jury consent.
But we're not gonna get into that. We were talking about that we have rape convictions. Is that what you're saying? You're gonna mention that it's a rape conviction?
Absolutely, both sides are entitled to get in the
what the
conviction.
conviction is, she said the underlying facts. Those convictions cannot be considered except for the purpose of his credibility. So underlying facts will not be coming in. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Bring her jury. Okay, 15 turned into 45. We're ready to go, okay? Call your next.
We call for the Terry Britt.
All right, for those of you who are not privy to the facts of this case, Terry Britt is the gentleman, for lack of a better term, that most people believe actually committed this crime. Oh, you like my readers, the cheaters? I wear them. They're like my Bubbles glasses. I need them. I'm so blind. Hello, I need my readers. All right, so prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves for the Terry Britt testimony. And you want to dig into Terry Britt after you... It's true, Mav. You want to dig into the Terry Britt testimony after you hear this? Go right on over to Trial and Error podcast. They have some epic Terry Britt coverage on their podcast. Trust me when I tell you this.
The next witness will be in Department of Correction uniform, as well as some safeguards. You're not to draw any inference at all concerning his credibility based upon that. And then also, I will tell you, we had that with the earlier witness. If you find that someone's been convicted of prior crime, you can only consider that for the purpose of the effect, if any, on their credibility as a witness. Okay? All right, raise your right hand, please. I swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, be seated. If you state your first and last name, spell it for the benefit of the court reporter, please.
Terry Britt, TerryBritt.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Mr. Britt, you are wearing, I guess, TDOC uniform, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you currently incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell the jury what you're currently incarcerated for?
Kidnapping, theft, right?
And I believe you finish your sentence next year, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that will have been a total of 8 years?
Yes, ma'am. Well, 6-9.
And when you get out of jail or prison next year, you start doing some federal time for 2 guns, a pistol, and a rifle.
Yes, ma'am.
So and I really just want to get this out of the way because that's not what you're here for today. Before these current charges that you're serving time for and the gun charges that you have to serve time for, you have other convictions in your history.
Yes, ma'am.
Would you tell the jury what those convictions were for? And if you remember how much time you had to do on them?
Had a rape charge, and robbery charge,
Can you speak up a little?
rape charge, robbery charge, burglary, receiving stolen property. I don't know, but I got about 25 years on.
So you said a total of like 25 years for all of your charges put together? And you're in your 50s, is that correct?
58,
So a large portion of your adult life, you've been locked up.
pretty much.
So I want to go back to 2011 and ask, where were you living at that time? I'm not asking for your address, but just the town.
Parsons, Tennessee.
And who did you live with?
Janet Britt.
And that's your wife?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long have the two of you been married?
I think we got married in 2004.
Do you remember hearing, and you have a shoulder injury, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm just saying that because I see you rubbing in case they're wondering what's going on. Do you remember hearing that a young lady by the name of Holly Bobo had come up missing from her parents' home there in Parsons?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to hearing that news, did you know Holly Bobo?
No, ma'am.
Did you know Dana Bobo,
No, ma'am.
Karen Bobo,
No, ma'am.
Clint Bobo,
No, ma'am.
any of their family?
I ain't never met none of them.
Had you ever been to their home on Swan Johnson?
Not that I know. No, not that. No, ma'am.
Right. And where did you and your wife, what road did you and your wife live on?
Jeanette Holly Road.
Okay. Now, is that close to John Holiday Road? Or do you know? Like a little cut through road?
I don't know.
And that's the right answer. If I or anybody asks you something that you don't know, just tell us.
Okay.
Okay? So after you heard that Holly Bobo was missing from her home, did you know that you would immediately be someone that law enforcement would look at?
Yeah, I've heard it.
And that's because of your history.
Right.
Right. Despite having that knowledge, or with that knowledge, do you remember law enforcement coming and interviewing you about Miss Bobo?
Like they pulled up in the driveway that morning. Me and my wife just got to unload the tub. We went to over to Camden and bought, and we just got to unloading it. We was they pulled up in the driveway there and asked me where I'd been.
And you were with do you remember what time of day it was? And if you don't, it's okay.
I don't know what time they pulled up, no, but I mean.
Oh yeah, that new tub they got when they were out shopping for tubs. We were out shopping for tubs. Oh no, we just pulled up and I'd pulling that tub out, and I just I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, that morning.
The morning that it happened? And at the time that they pulled up, you were actually there with your wife unloading some.
Yes,
you were
ma'am.
remodeling the bathroom.
Right.
Okay. So after that day, were you aware that law enforcement had tapped your telephones?
No, ma'am.
Were you aware that for the first time in the state of Tennessee, they had actually bugged your house?
No, ma'am.
Were you aware that they were conducting covert surveillance? You know what I mean by that?
I have no idea.
And you know what I mean by that? In other words, watching you when you didn't see them.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it was on.
Do you remember, or did they come and actually search your house at some point?
Yeah.
Did they search your outbuildings or attack your garages, sheds, that kind of thing?
Well, they see how they do that. They come up with a couple of charges so they could hold me in jail all day.
I mean, slowing him down is going to be like a nightmare. It's going to be torture. He's not any easier to understand when he's slow. But, all right, I'll test it out. See where we land with it.
Right?
And they went out to my house, and from what I hear, they blocked the roads off, set up a crime scene out there.
Let me ask you this. So you weren't present when they actually searched your house?
No, I could do it.
And to explain that for the jury, you were on parole for one of your previous convictions?
No,
right?
I was not on
Or
parole.
probation?
No.
Nothing?
No.
So
Terry Britt's thing is he never finishes a word. No, there's all one of those nation. I just said, well, come over to the house once on, well, since y'all didn't know about it. No, I don't know. No. It's worse than a Southern drawl. I can understand Southern drawls. This guy doesn't finish a full word ever. He like stops it right before finishing the word and moves on to the next word. I mean, if there's a new trial, which there better be, they're not going to be able to come with this shit again. This whole case they came with, no. It'll be interesting to see. If he gets a new trial, I guarantee you, well, I'm not going to guarantee, I'm going to go 90% chance that they offer Zach an Alford plea. And Zach better turn that shit down and go to trial. Turn that shit down and go to trial.
Was this over?
It's tempting. Hey, man, you take the Alford plea, we'll let you out. How do you think Holly Bobo will feel about that? They're going to have to go to Karen and say, look, Karen, here's the problem. Our evidence sucks. And now we actually have some lawyers that are going to fight like hell. And they're going to expose the case for the big pile of steaming shit that it is. Oh, don't you put dirt on Boomhauer. This guy is no Boomhauer. Boomhauer's a national treasure. Oh, dango.
The reporting of your job?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll do my best to ask questions that make sense. Were you working as a contractor for the newspaper there in Parsons?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And is that something you were supposed to report?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. That was not under the table work, though. You were actually a contract laborer for the newspaper, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And had you reported that to the person you were supposed to report it to?
Yes, ma'am.
And in the end, that person failed to report it up the chain, is that correct?
She wouldn't write it down. She said that the contract labor didn't have to be put down. And I told her several times, and she just kept saying, don't worry about it, I got this.
And ultimately, when they found out, she backed you up, didn't she?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She admitted you had reported it.
Yes, ma'am.
But despite that fact, you had to do how much time on that?
3 months in jail, 9 months probation, about $1,000 fine.
Okay. All of that kept you from being home, and you were not present when they searched your house.
No. I weren't in the jail for, I hadn't been convicted of nothing when they searched my house.
Okay.
Come again? What was that? But somebody don't have no offended. Somebody to come to the house. I don't know.
But that's what put you in.
I weren't in the jail for, I hadn't been convicted of nothing when they searched my house.
Okay. But that's what put you in jail, or you were in jail for all day?
And driving on revolt, they charged me for that.
Right. So when you came back home from that, could you tell that someone had searched your property? Were your things moved around?
There was a TBI or FBI one come back there. They kept me locked up all day, wouldn't tell me nothing. And he come back there and took my fingerprints. He says, so hey, Britt, if Jennifer agrees to what you're saying about she knew about.
Not me, Jennifer.
No.
Not Miss Thompson, not that Jennifer.
No,
Different Jennifer.
the Jennifer that I had to report to.
Okay.
If she agrees to what you're saying is true, then I'll let you go on your own conscience. You ain't gonna make a bond.
Right.
I said, okay. So he goes on and he comes back and he said, well, she agreed to it. So they let, it was dark time when they let me go that night.
Okay. So when you got home, could you tell or
Yeah,
not?
they had cut pieces of material off the couch. My shop trailer busted the door in, took my vans, computers, it's a mess. Destroyed it.
Made a mess of your property.
I know, dang on porn on there, right here, like it's my own business.
Mr. Britt,
I fixed it all back.
Did you-
What's going on?
after all of that, after the searching of your house, taking your cars, taking your computers, bugging your phone, bugging your house, were you charged with anything to do with Holly Bobo's
No,
case?
no, ma'am.
You understand that your name has been brought up.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know, I'm telling you, if your name has been brought up in this trial as a potential suspect, tell the jury, did you kidnap, rape, murder Holly Bobo?
No, I didn't. I didn't know a girl.
What does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with it? You creepy son of a bitch. I didn't know the girl. Oh, well, okay. Clearly he didn't do it. Clearly he didn't do it because I didn't know the girl. What? Sorry, no more. Come on. I don't know. I hear no. What? I hear some of them.
Never seen her in my life that I know of.
Well,
Are you a telephone expert?
No, ma'am.
Are you a GPS expert?
No, ma'am.
but Zach is. Zach is all of these things, but this guy isn't, which means he didn't do it. There you go.
Ms. Thompson or Mr. Simmons or Mr. Gonzalez ask you, that's the defense attorneys, ask you questions about where your phone was at a particular time, or where, do you have a memory from 2011 about where your phone was or where your wife's phone might have been during particular times?
It was either in the vehicle was or at the house, one or two.
Okay, in the vehicle with us or in the house. So, but my question is, do you have a specific recollection, say, of where your phone might, what tower your phone might have been
Oh,
pinging
no,
off of?
no.
All right, so you're not gonna be able to answer those questions.
No,
Would you be able to answer questions about where your wife's phone would be pinging, what tower she'd be pinging off of during that time?
no, ma'am.
You don't have any information about that at all?
No, ma'am.
May I have a moment, Attorney?
You may. Examination.
Hello, Mr. Britt. I'm Jennifer Thompson. We've actually met before, haven't we?
Yes, ma'am.
I came to visit you when you were a prison in, is it Northwest Correctional Facility?
I think it's West Side.
Pardon?
I think you come to West Side, didn't you?
Okay. And we talked at that time about the fact that you had been a suspect in the Holly Bobo murder. Isn't that right?
The what now?
I'll just strike that question. We've talked before.
Right.
And so I want to go back over, you had an alibi that you gave to police on the day Holly disappeared, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your alibi was that you woke up that morning about 6:00 a.m., wasn't it?
I think it's, yeah, I think so.
You had a cup of coffee.
Yes, ma'am.
You waited for your wife to wake up. She woke up about 8:30 or 9. Yes.
No, we was gone for then.
What time? So just tell us now, what is your alibi for that day, that morning?
We left and went to Camden and All Goods, bought a tub, bathtub, and I got a receipt for that.
Okay. So what time now do you say that your wife woke up?
I've never said what time she woke up.
So now, from your memory, what time did she
I
wake
can't
up?
tell you what time she woke up.
What time did you all leave your home that morning?
Probably about between 8.
Your Honor, I'm going to object unless he knows. He said probably about, and I don't think that's appropriate unless he has a specific memory. We can't just speculate.
He can answer the question
knows.
if he knows.
Approximately what time did you leave that morning?
Probably 8ish.
8 o'clock. Okay, where did you go first?
8, a little after. I didn't say 8 o'clock now. It's 8ish. 8ish.
Okay, so around 8 o'clock.
No.
8-ish.
Okay.
Where did you go first?
We went to, I think we went to Camden, All Goods.
Now, which All Goods did you go to?
To my opinion, best I can remember, there's only one over there.
Okay, which one is that?
Well, they might be two. You're right. That's right. One sells rugs up the road. I went to the one on the left that sells they sell everything pretty much. pretty much everything.
So if I said it's all good salvage, does that sound right to you?
It might be.
Okay. When you say it's on the left-hand side, can you describe where the building sits?
Well, you go left, you turn left, and you go down the hill. It's down there.
Okay. And what road are you on when you turn left? What highway is it off of?
Sorry, I'm eating a Dots pretzel. You guys like Dots pretzels? They're pretty delicious. Hold on. Did we just find Bridge Guy? Hold on. Wait a second.
They sell everything, pretty much. Pretty much everything.
So if I said it's all good salvage, does that sound right to you?
It might be.
Okay. When you say it's on the left-hand side, can you describe where the building sits?
Well, you go left, you turn left, and you go down the hill.
It's on the left-hand side. Can you describe where the building sits?
Well, you go left, you turn left, and you go down the hill.
It's on the left-hand side. Can you describe where the building sits?
Well, you go left, you turn left, and you go down the hill. It's down there.
Okay. And what road are you on when you turn left?
We cracked the case. We cracked the case.
What highway is it off of?
Whatever highway is going to Camden. I don't know.
If I say
I can't answer that.
641, does that sound right?
So what?
641. Does Highway 641 sound right to you?
Yeah, I guess.
Is it the same highway that goes from I-40 to Parsons?
Mhm.
Can you answer out
Yes, yes.
loud? So you went up there first, and what did you do when you were there?
Look for tubs.
Okay. What kind of tub were you looking for in particular?
Just, nothing in particular, just a bathtub.
Okay. So what did you do next? You go there looking for tubs. What do you do next?
We left there. We found one, but we left there and went to Decatur, I think it was, where that place over at sells tubs over. Well, we stopped at the newsletter first, so when she let them know that she was going to take it the rest of the day off because we had a bad leak, and we went over to I don't know what that place is over there, but we went over there and looked. That tub over there it was too big. There's no way we could have got it down the little hallway that we in our house. So then we went back to Camden and bought that one.
Okay. Do you remember how much you paid for the tub?
300 maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Once you purchased the tub, what did you do?
Maybe 300. What did we do?
Right.
We loaded it up and drove about 20 to 30 mile an hour all the way from Camden back to the house because it was so big and back to the truck. We had it tied down, but it was because it was an enclosed thing, you know what I'm saying, the tub. So
Okay. So approximately what time did you purchase the tub from All Goods?
I can't tell you that.
How long? If you,
Y'all got the receipt? I mean,
well, I'm just asking what time you purchased the tub. So how long did it take you to drive from your house to All Goods Salvage to begin with? Can you approximate that for me?
let's see, 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes, something like that.
Okay. And then how long did you stay there looking at the tub the first time?
How long did I stay at All Goods the first time I went there?
Yes.
I can't answer that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, how long do you stay somewhere when you go look for something?
I'm just asking you to
Well, I
estimate.
mean, I don't know.
Your Honor, he said he didn't
Okay.
know.
But I
Then
can tell you this, though.
Hey, asshole, you don't get to ask the questions here. That's not how this works. I forget who wrote the comment. I put it up a second ago. Who the fuck? Who in the fuck keeps a receipt for a tub and they're safe? I mean, talking about working your alibi up. I mean, are you shitting me? I can only imagine what the Britt house looks like. I have a certain image in my mind. I mean, I've seen the outside of it because Dr. Spirko, paging Dr. Spirko, by the way. I'd like you on during this Britt testimony. That'd be a great time for you to be here. But she went over there. Talk to these fools. She talked to Terry's wife. But, you know, the purchase of the tub in and of itself is suspect. But the keeping of the receipt in the safe. I've told you this story, right? Like we all use, oh, they came with receipts. They came with receipt. And I've told you where the genesis of that is. That is people that have been exonerated. Okay, and are now out back in society, who are so shell-shocked by the fact that they just spent 20 plus years in prison that they keep every receipt for every single thing that they do. Every single thing they do. Literally, they keep receipts or photos of it. That's where that comes from. Like literally, that's where it comes from, that term. So they could prove their shit. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever gone back and watched when I had Dr. Nikki Jackson on with Timmy Donald. Spent forever in prison, got exonerated. Anytime somebody gets killed in an area that he lives, he's terrified they're coming for him. That's the reality of being an exoneree in this country. So he keeps receipts. If anybody can come up with a rational explanation as to why they kept a receipt for a tub that they bought on the day that Holly Bobo was killed, it doesn't include him having something to do with it, I'm dying to know. Let me know in chat.
But we were back at the house with the tub before lunch.
Okay, you're at the house before lunch.
So that's when the law pulled up.
And you said you strapped it into your pickup. Which pickup truck did you strap it into?
I only got one. Well, I had two. But the Ford.
So
I only got one now, though.
what color was the Ford?
It's gold, kind of gold like.
Yeah, a written receipt which the business has no record of at all. Like typically with a written receipt, you know, they'll use carbon, old school. Right, it's a tub from a salvage yard. You know, if you're thinking of some kind of like nice upscale like bathroom decor type place, or you know, like a Home Depot or something, this is a fucking salvage yard. Yeah, keeping receipts is fine. You keep it in a safe. That means that it has special meaning. It's got a purpose. That's why you keep shit in your safe. I used to keep the elves in the shelf in the safe so Scarlet wouldn't find them during the off season of that, you know, behavior modification tool that I would use every Christmas to make sure she was acting right. Hide that shit in the safe.
And it was an F-150?
Mm-hmm. F-150, Larry. We still got it.
Okay. You said you had a second pickup truck. What kind of truck was your second pickup truck?
Dodge Dakota. It was black.
And it was painted with primer, wasn't it?
No, I painted.
It was painted flat black. You had painted it with spray paint.
No, I painted with a gun.
Okay. You had sprayed.
I think they would use one of those pads that had the carbon copy. But, you know, you're not returning shit to a salvage yard. But if that's the case, what do you need receipts for at all? And if they're not keeping a copy of the receipt, they're sure the hell not writing what time the sale took place. I'll tell you that.
Paint. You sprayed it with a gun yourself.
with a car paint gun
Okay,
and an air tank.
okay. And it was a flat back black color, not a shiny color, isn't that
No,
right?
it was shiny.
Shiny color? Okay. And you'd painted over the decals and items on it also, hadn't you?
There were no details on it.
So the portion that like said what brand it was and stuff,
No, I didn't know. I taped that off.
you took that off,
Taped it off.
taped it off, okay. Okay, and then you had 3 vans. Can you tell us what kind of vans you had?
Buying new tubs, keeping the receipt for that tub that you happen to say that you purchased on the day of the murder to establish your alibi in a safe, painting your shit, and I'm talking about your vehicles, different colors. I mean, yeah, there's nothing to see here. They've got more evidence against this guy, circumstantial as it may be, than they have against Zach Adams or Richard Allen. I'll tell you that. I could convict this guy, I guarantee you, if that was the thing that I did.
Got an old one Dodge Caravan. I had a
What color was it?
red.
Okay,
I had a 94 Dodge Caravan, red.
okay.
And I got a white van. I don't know exactly what model it is. It's a can you think what it is?
I said it was a Vandura. Would that sound familiar?
Yep.
What year was it?
I think it's 90 something.
Okay. And then what else?
It's my work van.
Okay.
My work van.
And what else did you have?
That's it.
But to be clear, there were 2 Dodge Caravans,
Yes.
both red.
Yes.
So you drove the F-150. You're back by noon. Is that right? And if I said that you originally said you went to Buck's Building Supply in Decaturville, does that sound right?
Bucks Building Supply. I think it's Bucks now. I don't know if it's Bucks in or not. I don't think it was Bucks in. It might have been. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But it's Bucks now.
Okay. And originally in your alibi, you said that your wife, Janet Britt, was with you the entire day.
The entire day.
You were never apart from one another.
Never.
And you happened to save the receipt from when you bought the bathtub. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I had to see that.
You saved the receipt in your safe at your house, didn't you?
I guess so. I didn't save it. My wife did.
Okay, so your wife saved.
She saved all receipts.
She doesn't save all receipts. She saved all the receipts you had. from that
Is that a question? Yes, I heard a statement. She did not save all receipts.
She does save all receipts.
And were they all saved in that safe?
No.
The receipts in the safe were the receipts that you had from All Good Salvage where you purchased the tub, wasn't it, in the safe?
I can't answer that question because I didn't tell them they got their receipt. I don't know if it's in there or not.
Okay.
I didn't put it in there.
Right. And you had a second receipt from All Goods Discount Store from that day, didn't you?
What the
I
hell
can't
is
answer that
this?
question because I didn't tell them they got their.
Salvage where the receipts in the safe were the receipts that you had from All Good Salvage where you purchased the tub, wasn't it, in the safe?
I can't answer that question because I didn't tell them they got their receipt. I don't know if it's in there or not.
Okay.
I didn't put it.
Wasn't it in that safe?
No.
The receipts in the safe were the receipts that you had from All Good Salvage where you purchased the tub, wasn't it, in the safe?
I can't answer that question because I didn't tell them they got their receipt. I don't know if it's in there or not.
Okay.
I didn't put it in there.
Wow.
Right. And you had a second receipt from All Goods Discount Store from that day, didn't you?
It's a possibility because we go over and buy stuff.
And you had a receipt from that same day, April the 13th, where you had bought a remnant of vinyl, didn't you?
I believe so.
But the All Goods Discount
yeah.
Store is at a different location than All Goods
It's-
Salvage, isn't it?
It's up through Canada, up on the right.
And that day you also, so once you got back home, you didn't go anywhere else that day. That was your original alibi, wasn't it?
I believe that's correct. I think that's right.
And to clarify for the record, your wife's name, your current wife, and the wife on April the 13th was Janet Britt.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when the police showed up at your house to talk with you, the first thing you said to them was, "I didn't rape nobody," didn't you?
Right.
And that's before they even said anything to you about what was going on, isn't it?
That's right.
Because you had already heard that there was a woman missing.
That's right.
Because as soon as the Amber Alert went out, your wife number 4 and 5, Brenda Seagraves, had called you, hadn't she?
I don't remember. Maybe.
You don't remember that that's how you found out that there was
It may be.
a woman who was
It may
missing?
be. Maybe.
Do you remember?
I think some of her family or something. I don't, something bad. I don't remember all of it, but you're probably right.
Do you remember you discussing with her the fact that you had raped?
Sorry, that would be hearsay, and he said it's not just.
He can say what he said, not what someone
Right.
else said to him.
Do you remember that you talked to her about the fact that you hadn't raped anybody that day?
That day.
I talked to her.
Brenda Seagraves.
I don't know if I did that or not. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
So you don't have a memory now of telling Brenda Seagraves you hadn't raped anybody?
It's a possibility I did.
That
Okay,
day.
possible.
Possible.
Um,
Chances are I did.
okay, it's a good possibility.
Good possibility.
Now, in fact, you did know Natalie Bobo, didn't you?
No, I did not.
You had met Natalie Bobo at a party at Kenny Martin's house, hadn't you?
I saw her. I seen her.
Okay. So you had seen Natalie Bobo.
I've never spoke to her. I don't know her.
As a matter of fact, at that party, you had offended her so much you were asked to leave, weren't you?
No,
And
I wasn't even at the party no way. I went for, we were doing a job together. I went for telling something about the job. I weren't no party.
you met Natalie Bobo at a party.
She was there drunk, messed up on drugs. Her and some other girl. He had 2 girls there.
And it was a party, is that right?
I don't know if it was a party or not. I weren't at it. I lived right down the road. I went up there to say something about the job we're doing.
Okay. But at some point, you said something to Natalie Bobo, and you remember that you were asked to leave.
I don't remember that. No.
Okay. And in fact, at one point, you saw Natalie Bobo and Holly Bobo at the Dollar General store in Parsons while you were standing in line, didn't you?
That's not true.
Now, initially, you lied about having a cellular telephone, didn't you?
I lied about what?
Having a cellular telephone,
Who did I lie to?
you lied to investigators.
No. Tell me how I lied, and I'll tell you if I did or not.
You denied that you had your own personal cellular telephone, didn't you?
I didn't have a cell. I don't have a cell phone.
On that day,
On that day or any
April
other day.
13th,
I've never had a cell phone.
there was a cell phone number. It was 733-0303. Isn't that correct?
That's correct. Yep. Okay.
And that was a cellular telephone that you used. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And you carried it with you when you would go out on work jobs. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And you would call your wife, Janet Britt, on it on a very frequent basis. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And as part of the sex offender registry, you're required to give them all your telephone numbers that you use. Isn't that correct?
That's not correct.
Okay. You had failed to turn over your cellular telephone number to the sex offender registry, hadn't you?
That's not true.
And that was part of the reason that they violated you on the sex offender registry.
That's not
wasn't
true. That is absolutely a lie.
it? Okay. So your wife had a cellular telephone also at the time, didn't she?
That's correct.
And her cellular phone number was, can you remember it now for us?
No.
If I said 733-2513, would that sound right to you?
I'll agree to it. That's fine with me. She had one.
And you all had a home telephone number also?
That's correct.
So So you would agree with me, if you and your wife were together all day, there would have been no reason for you to have called her on her cellular telephone, wouldn't you?
That's yeah, that's correct.
And so these telephone numbers that your wife had and that you had, you actually bought those phones 1 month before Holly Bobo disappeared, didn't you?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
You don't remember that?
No.
If there's a record from Walmart in Lexington showing that you purchased that cellular telephone almost 1 month to the day from the day she disappeared, that would.
Well, if you get a record from Walmart saying I purchased the phone, you're in some other world while I'm in, because we're not in the same world. I've never purchased a phone. I've never purchased a phone
From Walmart
from Walmart
or anywhere else?
or anywhere else.
Okay. So matter of fact, it's purchased with you haven't had a Super Saver card from Walmart, one that you kind of give them to track your purchases. Isn't that right?
That's not right.
Sometimes you would also buy little credit cards from Walmart to buy gas with in Lexington, didn't you?
No.
Okay. So you never had little cards
No.
you purchase in the store and then go outside and buy gas?
No.
And you would buy extra minutes because your phones were prepaid phones, weren't they?
No.
And your phones worked on the AT&T cellular network, didn't they?
I believe that's Verizon, and I believe we had both.
Okay. So the one that you had on the day that Holly disappeared, those two cellular telephones, they worked on the Verizon. They worked on the AT&T network, didn't they?
Whatever she had at that time. I mean, if you say it's AT&T, you must have a record. I don't know.
And 2 days before Holly disappeared, you went back and bought additional cellular telephone minutes, didn't you?
Why would I go buy minutes when I don't have a minute phone? What are you talking about? I mean,
You had a phone at the time that you had to buy prepaid minutes for, didn't you?
prepaid minutes.
So
I don't.
you would buy phone cards for the prepaid minute phone.
My wife get a card, yeah. A card, yeah.
Okay, and when you would buy a card, it would have prepaid minutes for the phone, didn't it?
No, it's unlimited. There's no minutes.
Okay, so sometimes you would buy an entire month of.
No, I think sometimes it's always unlimited. Always.
So if the phone records from Walmart show something different, they would just be wrong.
I believe that's correct.
And 2 days before, or shortly before Holly disappeared, you went out and bought a large quantity of silicone lubricant, didn't you?
Silicone loop.
Yes.
Oh, I got all kind of. I do remodeling work.
Okay. A month after Holly disappeared, you went out and bought a brand new chainsaw, didn't you?
No.
You did not buy a new chainsaw shortly after she disappeared.
No, it's not true.
Okay. And at some point in the past, before Holly disappeared, you had also bought new telephones at the Radio Shack there in Parsons, hadn't you?
I think my wife got.
Oh, thank God. What's up, Dr. Katie Spirko, everybody? Welcome.
Somebody said Terry Britt. It's like the bat signal. Gotta
Oh,
come.
man. Yeah, I threw it up there. What's going on? How are you?
Just anxiously waiting for that ruling.
Yep. I mean, he kind of warned that he might take extra time, but still, it's like we just need to know. I was talking about it yesterday. I mean, I guess my preference would be for him to be thorough, and if he couldn't get it all done in the time that he needed. Like, I would like to think, even though he's bound by the record, he certainly could watch portions of the trial like we are right here.
And he had the entire trial transcripts.
Yeah, sometimes you got to watch it though.
Oh, especially with this one, I think there's so much, and
tone
Doug,
and tenor.
I've talked to Doug about it, and Doug's position is he knows. I mean, the judge is busy. The judge didn't. I mean, he was attentive. He was no complaints about him, and I think he's, I'm sure, being careful and meticulous. And we want a careful ruling that accounts everything. And it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. So, and I'm sure he knows it's going to be scrutinized.
Yeah.
We want it now, but we're not. I mean, we'll get it when we get it.
Yeah. And it's like, if you're Zach, you've been in there, like, you can wait for another 30 days as long as he gets it right. You know what I mean? It's like,
and Zach's in really good spirits. I think some of all the trial information getting out there and people understanding the case more have really affected how he's being treated by the guards and just the staff at the prison.
Yeah. It's like they're learning the actual facts are coming out. That's important. Facts matter. You know what I mean? It's like, Yeah, it's got to be heartening for him to hear that, you know, there's a lot of people that care. There's a lot of people that have their eyes on this case, you know, because when it went down, when the trial went down, like it kind of slipped under the radar, you know, and it was such a railroad job.
There's a lot of hate. Yeah.
There was a lot of hate, and you get your typical, you know, torch and pitchfork people out there, you know, guilty, you know, nobody's willing to do any kind of critical thinking about cases. They watch it and it goes by. So yeah. And you, my friend, are one of the heroes of this story. So,
well, I'm an instigator. I'm
damn right. Where'd you go?
Oh, what happened? There I am.
You took yourself off somehow. Yeah.
And there's a lot more. There's some major things, and I don't want to be cryptic, but I can't wait because I promised that I wouldn't be leaking anything until the ruling's out, and we don't want to give people a heads up to be able to cover their tracks. But as soon as you think you understand what happens in this case, it's darker and worse. And I think we finally have a pretty good understanding of what happened, and I can't wait to lay it out. But
that kids is what they call what do they call those in the movies? Where a teaser.
There's your teaser.
Yeah, that's a teaser. That's a teaser.
Got some major stuff that I'll be teasing. And as soon as we get I'll shoot you a message. As soon as we get the ruling, I'll jump on a live stream and we could do a joint.
That would be amazing.
I'd love to do a joint one with you to release the order, because I need an attorney on there to.
Yeah, Allie and I will
saying things that aren't accurate.
Yeah, like we're super excited about it too. So I just
and Dave and Pundit's not going to be participating in the podcast anymore for reasons that we will unveil soon that I think will be exciting. But
yeah, it's I hope it's like it's going to be any day. You know, I just hope it, like we were covering the Todd Mullis thing, which he had a full evidentiary hearing and he had some pretty compelling evidence, different fact pattern completely, but it was pretty compelling in terms of what they put on in his post-conviction hearing. And that judge has been sitting on that thing for, I don't know, I'd say a year plus. Yes. So I hope this isn't, I don't know if they have the same statutory framework in Iowa, which is where that case took place, as they do down in Tennessee though. So,
hit our 90-day mark. Someone is asking for a hint. Here's a hint. Here's some hints. I have gotten a distinct feeling that Jennifer Nichols and company have been terrified about something I was going to find in that case file. Mm-hmm. And I figured out what they were so scared of.
Oh, shit.
Found it.
Woo!
They have found more than they even knew, but I know what they were afraid of. And they were right to be afraid.
Ooh, I can't wait.
It changes Terry Britt's role in this case.
Really? Well, you came on the perfect time. So here, this is going to be Katie's test here as we're listening to this testimony. Will she be able to keep silent? We'll see.
Never been a strength of mine.
Yeah. All right. So if there's anything that you want to challenge, and I know we're kind of getting closer to the end of this examination, but anything that you want to throw out there factually that's more accurate than what we're hearing on cross-examination here, just holla.
Mm-hmm. And I was listening to the Candace Wood and who was before Candace? I'm blanking.
It was the end of it was the phone guy, right?
Mike Frizzell, the TBI agent. So lots to talk about. All
right, let's keep rolling.
Contract phone.
The Radio Shack there in Parsons had you.
I think my wife got a contract phone. I got it one time. I can't remember what year that was in, though, but I think it was, I don't know, it was a long time for anything about Holly come up. But we done got rid of that, and she done got another phone. But because gave it 2 years because it's contract 2 years. So the one time she got a phone there, contract.
You were also doing work on the side as a carpenter, like you just said, weren't you?
I do remodeling work. I work for myself, yes.
Okay. And you worked some with Kenny Martin doing remodel work.
One job.
Okay. You all put an ad in the paper together to do remodel work.
That's correct.
Because in fact, your wife, Janet Britt, she at one time worked for the newsletter, didn't she?
She was a manager.
She kind of ran the whole front office, didn't she?
Pretty much.
And at one time, she was the one who did she was the girl Friday. She did practically everything except a reporter, didn't she?
That newsletter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And she was very important at the newsletter, wasn't she?
Yes.
Okay. And when the bathtub you said was leaking, but you did not install the new tub that you purchased on that day, April the 13th, did you?
No.
Okay. It was actually a couple of weeks later before you installed the bathtub, wasn't it?
Probably.
And I think earlier I said that your number was 3030, but it was 731-733-0306. That sounds about right, doesn't it?
I don't remember.
So the police first began to come talk to you about your possible involvement in the Holly Bobo case in around August of 2011, didn't they?
Oh. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember when he come talk to me.
Okay, you were a smoker up until the time you went to the TDC, weren't you?
Yes.
A heavy smoker, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Okay. And there were allegations that you had been stalking some women in the Parsons area, weren't there?
Uh-oh.
Not that I know of. I didn't hear about it.
Oh, really?
As a matter of fact,
She does.
But he responded to your question, never heard anything about those allegations.
And then she
So he's already said he knew nothing about it.
right. Well, I was going to ask him specifically because I think one of the reasons he got in trouble and got locked up was.
Okay, this is the time when we're just trying to speech make for the jury. He's
All right.
sexy. They always look at him.
Shut up, Jennifer. Seriously. Like, who do you think you are interrupting the other Jennifer? Like, the protection of Terry Britt during this trial is so disgusting.
It's almost like they're afraid of him. Like he may have information on dirty law enforcement that they don't want him to release. I don't know.
Has she let slip with?
Just seem real like they're wanting to make sure he doesn't get too upset.
God, you're exactly like my wife. My wife, she's that woman who gets me a birthday gift that she's really excited to give me like a week before my birthday. She's like, "Do you want your birthday gift?" I'm like, "No," like, and then I won't have anything to open on my birthday. She's like, "But I really want to give it to you." And I'm like, "All right." Yeah, it's unbelievable though. It's unbelievable. Like in when we're done with Britt, I want to go back and I do want to talk about that witness that preceded Britt. Because I just like
I think we definitely should talk about Candace, and
it's unbelievable. And obviously the no cross of Frizzell. I mean,
Frizzell, really, I'm interested. What would she have asked him? He did a really poor job, in my opinion, of explaining information. It wasn't inaccurate per se. It just wasn't it was helpful. It's just explained in such a convoluted way the jury doesn't understand that it's actually helpful.
Right. Well, that's what she should have done.
Yeah.
That's what you do. Like if what the witness is putting out there actually helps your client, then you stand up and you work it out so that becomes like completely evident to the jury, instead of just sitting down. Cause like you can't make that assumption that the jury's getting it. Even if you're sitting at the table, you're like, wow, well, gee, thanks, Mr. Frizzell. We appreciate that. You can't assume that they're going to get it. Like Allie in particular she's that lawyer who just pounds it over the jurors' heads over and over. If it's something that in her estimation is so important that they understand, she'll ask it in 10 different ways just to really drive it home, and it's like, I'll be like, "Babe, I think they got it." And she's like, "I don't know. I don't know if they got it, but I'm going to make sure that they got it."
Better to be sure.
100%.
Have y'all watched yet Doug's? At some point, I know you have Doug's, was it a cross? I guess that was Frizzell wouldn't have been his witness. Yeah. Cross of Frizzell.
Yeah, because we jumped in about halfway through, but then I went back and watched all of it because it's like, and it's funny. My old private investigator, he retired down to Tennessee, and he lives right near Parsons. And
really?
yeah, but like he ran into Doug the other day, and Steve, my old PI, was watching our coverage of the Holly Bobo case. Cause when he first moved down there, this was right when shit was going down, like right after the trial, I think. And he hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, have you heard of this Holly Bobo case down here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it." He's like, "Man," he's like, "people are talking, he's like, people are talking. They don't think that they got the right guy down here." And I'm like, and I hit him up like a year later because I was thinking about, like, should I cover this thing? Is it something that we should dig into? And like Steve is like, well, and Steve's probably like 6'4", a big hulking man, but he's a teddy bear. And he's like, I'm thinking about coming down there and doing some digging on this shit. Cause like the more I read about it, and he's like, I don't know, man. He's like, I think it might be dangerous if you came down here and started asking the wrong people the wrong questions. And so I kind of just let it lay there, like at that point. And then 2 days ago, he ran into Doug somewhere, and Steve said he was watching the coverage, and he's like, "Oh yeah, a lawyer buddy of mine, was saying he did a great job." And he's like, "Oh, Mata." And Steve was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "So I'm going down to visit Steve this summer, so I think we're gonna go have a nice lunch with Doug." So I can,
definitely let me know. I can bring you down to Parsons, and
100%.
I'll bring you. I'll take you on the whole tour.
Oh, we're definitely hanging on that field trip, girl. There's no question about that.
He said he had not heard any allegations.
Okay.
So you can't ask him about specific allegations that he's not heard about.
Okay.
All right?
Fine. You have a refrigerator trailer truck at your house, don't you? It's painted green.
I have a, it's not a refrigerator truck. No, we bought it to store stuff into clean the house out.
It was actually not cooled by a refrigerator. It was cooled by
18 wheeler
ice.
pulls it.
Pardon?
It's when you pull behind an 18 wheeler,
Right.
whatever you call it. We bought one of them. Paid $1,000 for it to store stuff in.
Okay. And it actually was initially made to be refrigerated by ice. I mean, you put chunks of ice in it. It didn't have a refrigerator on it. You just put chunks of ice in it, and it kept things cool inside. Is that right?
I'm sorry.
Where'd you get that information at?
Ma'am, there's an objection. Is she saying that he did that, or that was what the original trailer was for?
I'm saying that's what the original purpose was for.
In which case, unless he knows what the purpose of the trailer was for, it's irrelevant, and he can't speculate.
I have no idea about no ice in a trailer and all that mess there you're talking about. We bought the trailer to store stuff in.
It's insulated, isn't it?
What do you mean insulated? Everything's insulated.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Okay, everything is not insulated. I could think of millions of things that aren't insulated.
I would think that someone who worked as a long haul trucker and then owned a refrigerated trailer that he had on his property, and also worked building and constructing in home improvement, which that is terrifying to think about, hiring him to do home improvement and not knowing.
Oh my God. Just walking around your house.
Yeah, just like he doesn't know where Joe Holiday Road is. It intersects with the road he lives on when he also has a paper route.
He's the epitome of playing stupid. Like, he's literally in the dictionary under that phrase. There's a picture of Terry Britt right next to it. I'm playing down. I don't know what the hell you're talking. Where'd you get that information? You don't get to ask the questions, buddy. Just pipe down. This guy's unbelievable.
Oh, I just can't wait till he becomes the rough, just like bad porn expert witness. I'll explain the jury. Just I'll tell you all about this.
I'm ready.
Well, I guess it is. I mean, I don't know. I guess so. Okay. It ain't insulated for ice. Whole ice in? No.
Is it insulated to hold cold things in?
No. No way.
No way.
And we heard about your past convictions, but you have 2 past convictions for rape, don't you?
Yes.
And you have 2 past convictions for sexual assault, don't you?
Yeah, well, counting this one now, yeah.
Now, I'm talking about one from Lexington, Henderson County.
Okay.
And then you had one from Gibson County. in 1980s.
I ain't got one here in County. I mean, I know. What are you talking about? So tell me what you mean?
Well, you have one that you got like in 1978.
Okay, yeah, okay, right.
And then you had one that you got in the mid 80s.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And then now you're serving one.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be 3
Yes.
total convictions.
Yes.
Now, when you spoke to the police officer or law enforcement on April the 13th, 2011, they initially came to your house late in the afternoon that day, early evening, didn't they? That's what you spoke to the officer.
Can you tell me who it was going after?
Do you remember speaking to Tony Weber on that day? Jeremy Pratt?
I don't remember that, no. I don't remember.
Do you remember that it was in the late afternoon, early evening when they came by and talked to you?
They ain't no, you talking about deputy sheriffs?
Yes.
No, they didn't come out there and talk to me.
On the day she disappeared?
They pulled up the driveway and asked me where I'd been. Then they left. That's it.
That's what I'm talking about, though.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. And it was late afternoon, early evening?
No, it was in the morning. I told you that.
So your
I
testimony is
just got back with the bathtub. I just unloaded it, put it in my shop trailer.
So
Me
your
and my wife was right there. The truck was sitting right there in front of my shop trailer. We just got through unloading it.
Okay.
And they pulled it up.
And your testimony today is that was before noon.
I believe that's correct. I believe.
Okay. At some point, it was end of January 2012 when officers came and did a thorough search of your house and your property, isn't it?
They come out there that day. Yeah.
I said it was late January 2012.
That's probably correct.
And they actually came out to your house twice, didn't they?
What do you mean? I mean,
Well, they came to search your house on 2 separate occasions.
not that I know of. I was there only once. They might have done it after I was, later on locked up or something. But only at one time I told you about a while ago. I mean, where they stayed out there all day.
So they let you go after they came out and searched it the first time, didn't they?
Yes.
They released you from custody.
Yes.
Okay. And then when you went back home, one of the first things that you are heard saying on the wiretap is to your sister. You have a sister named Sherry Manis, don't you?
Yes.
And Your Honor, I'm going to object at this point, unless he has knowledge of what he was overheard saying, because he said he didn't even know.
We can ask him if he said that.
So you
don't start by saying, this is on the wiretap, whatever. You can ask him if he had a conversation with his sister. You can ask him what he said, not what she said.
You had a conversation with your sister where you said, be careful what you say. And then you specifically said they may be recording in our home. Didn't you say that?
I don't know.
You remember thinking that, though, of course, don't you? That they might have been recording in your home.
Well, look here. If you've been through what I've been through, you'd be the same way. So I don't know if I said it. If I said it, I said it. If I didn't, I didn't. I don't know.
Well, explain what that same way.
Gee, Terry, poor Terry, what Terry's been through after sexually assaulting multiple women. I feel so bad for him. He's gone through so much, Dr. Katie. Like,
it's really quite
my
a
heart
sad,
breaks. It's terrible. It's terrible. Poor guy.
sad story.
If we-
Someone's asking about Kinsey and who was doing the visuals in the trial and error stuff, and we're not going to make any comments about who was or was not participating in any graphic design while I was under a sequestration order. So the official response there is no comment.
That's a safe bet.
Trust no law.
You don't?
No.
Okay. And why is that?
Why is that?
Did you hear what he said?
He said he doesn't trust the law.
Okay.
And why is that?
You tell me. You should know.
Well, I'd like for you to please tell the jury. The jury's.
I don't have enough time. I ain't going to.
Oh my God. If we had a normal judge, any normal judge about a half an hour ago would have explained to the witness, sir, you don't get to ask questions. Do you understand? Don't ask the lawyer any questions. You're up there to answer questions, and that's it. That's it. If you don't understand her question, you say, I don't understand your question. But you don't get to ask her questions, sir. It's like this judge, I mean, like if you watch this trial from beginning to end, like the bias is just unbelievable. And it's like, to understand what you saw in the post-conviction evidentiary hearing in terms of Jennifer's testimony about how browbeaten she was and where she was mentally by the time this thing rolls around to trial, you have to watch this to get a full understanding, because the way he treats her in terms of, objections, the state will stand up, they'll object, and then he starts lecturing her. And it's one thing for a judge to do that to a lawyer outside of the presence of the jury. It's another thing altogether when you destroy Zach's lawyer's credibility by continually undressing her in front of the jury as if she doesn't know what she's doing, and if you look into Jennifer's background, she does know what she's doing. She's got a history of being a pretty competent lawyer. It speaks volumes about the pressure she was under with this thing and how she was being treated, not by just the judge, but by the state. I've had plenty of cases where I'm not on friendly terms with the prosecutor and I'm in front of a judge who I know is not a fan of my work because Allison and I are very aggressive attorneys, which some judges detest, especially coming from the defense side of it. They some judges don't appreciate zealous advocacy, and they're real critical about how zealous we are, so, and that's a murky area. You know what I mean? It's like when you're fighting to the death for your client because you feel like they're being railroaded, it's really, really hard to maintain your composure and your decorum when it just keeps getting, and she's so defeated, she can't even put up the fight. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's
the other defense attorneys too.
It's 100%. They just stood there, just letting her get waylaid.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, and the problem in terms of, we heard about it during the post-conviction hearing, that was not a working relationship she had with her trial partners. She's basically doing this damn thing herself. And you can't try a case like this under those circumstances. You rely on your trial partners. You just do. You have to have a cohesive team. And that's not to say that you agree on everything in terms of how things should be approached at all, because that's just not how this thing works. We're all human beings. We all have our own thoughts. We have our own approaches to how we handle shit on cross, and but you still have to have a cohesive team moving forward, because you need those people that are trying the case with you to give you the things that you need. And she's in a position where in the middle of a trial, when you're trying to, say, impeach somebody, and you don't have somebody that is there, if something comes up and you're like, hey, this, I just got some impeachment material. I need you to find it in this police report or wherever it may exist. And you need somebody digging for it. When you don't really have that, you're completely hamstrung. It's such a hard thing. It's like, I always kind of point to the Black Swan case, which we trialed, or which we streamed. And I think that lawyer's name was, it was Shannon, or I'm thinking of the lawyer that handled the mother in the school shooter case, the Crumbly case. And I think her name was Shannon Smith. And she tried that entire case by herself. She didn't have anybody helping her. Mm-hmm. And at the end of her table, she had 3 bankers boxes and then another 150 files where she needed to dig for shit, because when you're impeaching somebody's testimony and you've got to dig that up and you haven't scanned it in and it's not real easily accessible to you, you're screwed. You're screwed. It's like that position where you're almost not going to be able to do it, which is to the huge detriment to your client, and ultimately, you're going to get hit down the road with ineffective assistance of counsel because you couldn't do the things that you needed to do to adequately represent that client, So it's just I really feel for her here, because it's just I can imagine. And on top of it, on top of it all is that she's a woman. You know,
Well, and what was going on with Jennifer too? Because I've actually had other cases with her. Seeing her, I think this is a poor representation of her as a lawyer for all those reasons.
Yeah.
I would hire her if I needed an attorney. I would recommend her to she's a really good attorney.
Yeah.
Is just stuck in a situation from an emotional and legal and practical stand. Everything was so, I don't know how she did as well as she did, frankly, with what she was up against behind the scenes, what you're talking about with impeaching. So it was just all the bullshit that they would pull. It's like, if you have a case, just try the case fairly.
Right.
The defense attorneys are supposed to zealously defend their clients. The prosecutors are not supposed to zealously prosecute clients. They're supposed to fairly represent justice. Not play games to try to make it impossible. The witness list they provided had like 600 people on it. They did literally hundreds of people on the witness list that she and Zach didn't know who they were.
Yep. They were probably out of the phone book. Like,
she had an entire motel room rented out to hold out because there were 90 bank boxes that they had to haul down. And so every morning when the judge is giving her third degree because they wouldn't tell them the night before who was going to be called. So she didn't know which bank boxes to even bring to the courthouse. It was and then she doesn't know who these witnesses are. And so trying to figure out if she has the material, not listening and not objecting.
And on top of that, I have to imagine, because the state has no obligation to tell the defense what order they're going to call people. So I cannot imagine a world in which the state was letting her know ahead of time, all right, this is who we're calling tomorrow, because that's a strategic advantage for the state to kind of have you like, all right, well, they sent me a 600 person witness list and I really don't know who they're calling. Now, I mean, the judge, like we saw it in the Corey Richards case, the judge on the record would ask the state, okay, for, scheduling purposes, who do you plan on calling tomorrow? And then the state would say, all right, well, we've got X, Y, and Z are going to be called tomorrow. So at least that lets you know who you're prepping for, because as hard as you may try, the fact of the matter is that you're not going to have every single cross-examination completely prepped out when you have a witness list that size, because there's just not enough hours in the day. You can't possibly. And for people that you don't even know who the hell they are, you're trying to figure it out. Like my dad told me a story when they were trying the Gacy case. And I think he said it on the podcast, but the state in that case had a massive, massive witness list. And my dad and Sam literally just picked names out of the phone book to put on their witness list, which they tendered over to the state, having no intention. They're like, well, if they're going to play this game, we're going to play this game too, and so, I mean, sometimes lawyers do play dirty pool like that, and it's like you said, Katie, if you've got the evidence, cut all the bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got the case, then you should just be able to walk in there, try the case on the up and up, make sure that justice is being served, making sure that the Sixth Amendment is being abided by, and that, Zach Adams is getting a fair trial because you've got the evidence. And therein lies the problem here, is that you're talking about a case wherein they have no evidence against Zach Adams, which is, when you have that situation, this is the kind of trial that develops. It's a trial by ambush. It's a trial where you have a judge and a prosecutor that are just flame-throwing defense counsel, and defense counsel feels helpless, and it's not how this thing's supposed to work. I mean, I feel so strongly that Zach needs to get a new trial. And then it begs the question, which is one of the things I wanted to ask you, in your opinion. I think in the X factor is going to be Karen Bobo, but I think if the judge gives him a new trial, I think they're going to come at him with an Alford plea offer.
Yep. I 100%. I don't think they can try him. They don't have any evidence. They don't have any witnesses. It would be ridiculous. I mean, I don't know if Victor Dinsmore also recanted his testimony to me. I don't know if I talked about that before, but they have no witnesses and everyone's already detailed out how they were threatened and pressured by the state to perjure themselves.
Yeah.
I just don't see how he could possibly be. I don't think they're going to retry him. And I do think they'll absolutely try to offer him an alpha plea. There's no way Zach will take it.
And that's like the lawyers that are handling it are going to have to pound that into Zach's head. It's like, look, man,
Doug would fold. Doug would fold and tell him to take the Alfred plea because Doug is like, Zach would not do it. Zach,
good.
Zach would stay in prison for his life before he would do that.
And that's what I want to hear, because it's got to be that thing. But you can really, really hammer it home with Zach by like, look, man, like they're not going to have a case to put up against you. This is like their last salvo. This is like their last shot, at least in keeping the conviction in place, because they don't want to be the people that, number one, convicted the wrong guy, that number two, are going to go and get their ass handed to them in another trial, and number three, that this case is going to go unsolved. Because
I thought the case was going to go unsolved. I no longer think the case is going to go unsolved, and I think it's going to be so obvious what happened.
Man, I hope you're right.
I'm not going to be calling Zach. I think it was right under our noses the whole time.
Man, I hope you're right. And that's the other selling point. But if it was right under our noses, wasn't it right under their noses?
Buried and buried under folders and folders of fucked up case file that was intentionally obscured.
The wheels of justice.
Boat guy.
Yeah, we love Boat Guy over here. We're pretty sure that they're going to use Boat Guy to testify at Richard Allen's next trial.
Oh, what? Just bring Boat Guy, Amadou.
There's always a BG.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
I'm not going to do that.
Doesn't trust the law.
Okay.
And why is that?
Well, you tell me. You should know.
Well, I'd like for you to please tell the jury. The jury's.
I don't have enough time. I ain't going through all my. I'm not going to do that.
Can you start with reason number one?
Well, I've been done dirty by them.
And how do you mean they've done you dirty?
Let's try to think of collateral, what he thinks or doesn't think of the law.
Okay. So when they came out to search your house, they actually took 3 of your vehicles that day, didn't they? When they searched your house, they seized them?
I think it took 2. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. They definitely took the white Vandura, didn't they?
Yes.
And they definitely took one of the red GMC vans.
Dodge.
I'm sorry, Dodge vans.
Yes.
Okay. And also, cadaver dogs hit on 4 tools at your house that day, didn't they?
I don't know what they hit on. I was in jail.
Would it surprise you to know that cadaver dogs hit on 4
He said he wasn't there.
And whether he was surprised or not, doesn't matter.
All right, improper.
Okay. So at one time, you had a friend named Skip Boney, didn't you?
Yes.
And you and Skip Boney would go sit and drink beer under Interstate 40.
Oh, no, we wouldn't sit there and say 40 drink beer. We ride around, drink beer, get drunk, yeah.
And you would sit over there by County Corner Road.
Where's that? I don't know where it is. Tell me where it is, I'll tell you if I've been there or not.
You certainly know where the creek on Gooch Road is, by Hornyhead Creek on Gooch Road.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's close to your house, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. And
Where her phone was
the
deactivated. And the
state asked you about John Holiday Road, but you know.
Wait, everybody needs to hear that.
When she's talking about Gooch Creek Road, because when she's saying County Corner Road, so he and Skip Boney used to go up there and drink on a weekly basis. That is where her remains were found. And after Holly's disappearance, they stopped going up there and drinking. And then she asked about Gooch Creek Road over by Hornyhead. That's where Holly's phone was deactivated and her lunchbox and notebook were thrown out of the vehicle.
What a
Well, it
coincidence.
seems they're thrown into the creek area. It looked like basically on the way from Holly's house to where the phone stopped for 30 minutes at County Corner Road, nothing was found. And then that route from the spot where her phone stopped for 30 minutes to where it was deactivated going back south, her belongings were found. And it's on the left side of the road, as though someone's tossing them out of the driver's side vehicle as they're driving.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's
Who the fuck named these roads, right?
right. I mean, that's $1 million question. Like it was probably the same dude. No, I'm gonna call this one Gooch Creech. What like it's Gooch Creech. What? Gooch Creech, motherfucker. Let's see. Lucifer, it says, Bob, does a lawyer have to confront a witness with impeachment in order to use it in closing? Yes. I mean, if you either impeach them or you don't. You can't not perfect the impeachment and then bring it up in closing because it's facts, not in evidence. So, I mean, certainly in your argument, you can say that somebody was not being truthful, but if you didn't impeach them on it, it's not in front of the jury in terms of evidence, and all you have there is argument. So, yeah, I mean, if you have to impeach somebody, you've got to perfect the impeachment and then actually impeach them. And then, oh yeah, did I fool you with my little April Fool's Day video? Yeah, I had somebody messaging on or tweeting at me. They're like, "Oh, good luck with your new career. We hope that you're able to make the change." Because I did a little live yesterday and said that I was going to be retiring from the channel because I had decided that I had to try to fight the injustices that we watch every single day, and I had to do it from the inside and I had to do it from the other side. So that I was going to run for Cook County state's attorney, and that Allison might keep the channel alive. So I kind of let it go on for about 2 minutes, and then I was like, and there's nothing that's going to change my mind aside from maybe the fact that it's April Fool's Day. But like some people, I don't think made it all the way through. So it was fun. It was fun. I was really selling it too.
I love it. The West Tennessee crowd in here, I posted on Burton Staggs, one of his posts, to let him know that he should call me because I have to tell him about something that he's right and I'm wrong about. That was my April Fool's joke.
Oh, Burton Staggs.
Burton.
That's a country.
Old Dirty Birdie.
That's a country name.
You know where Joe Holiday Road is as it meets Bible Hill Road, don't you?
Joe Holiday.
Yes.
I never heard of it.
You know where Bible Hill Road is, don't you?
Yes.
And you know where Holiday Road is, don't you?
Jeanette Holiday Road, yes.
And there's also just a plain Holiday Road over there in that area too, isn't there?
I guess.
Well, you just testified you drive around.
Well, first of all, hold up, look here. I'm from Lexington, Tennessee.
This is a good question. How long did the jury deliberate here?
11 hours.
Wow.
On a 9-day capital murder case.
Wow. Huh.
Apparently, one of the jurors at some point had a question for the judge, and the judge came in to the jury room and said, "You know the right thing to do, just do it," and ignored the question and left.
Wow. Did you hear that Letitia Stouch got a new trial?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, if, and that was structural error there, like the whole issue. Tracy sent me the opinion, and essentially what happened is during voir dire, it came out that one of the jurors not only had a kid that was in law enforcement, but her other kid worked for the very state's attorney's office that was trying the case. And the defense was out of peremptory challenges, and they tried to get the person removed for cause, which that person should absolutely be removed for cause. Talking about just an inherent conflict there. Like you can't even mess with that. Like that might not even be a conscious thing that they're doing. It's like, my kid works for this office, for the very office that's trying her. You're like, no, you got to go. Like we have plenty of other prospective jurors to choose from. And the judge let that juror stay on. And like, as soon as the appellate court saw it, they're like, this is structural error. Because they were relying on the fact that the state was arguing that by way of them not having a peremptory challenge to get that juror off, that they had waived the issue. But that's not what the issue is. The issue is a judge issue. The issue is the judge is the one who removes jurors for cause. especially during the selection of jurors. I mean, it's I talk about it all the time. It's a like super irritating thing where you've got somebody who's saying that they're biased for whatever reason, and then we go up to the judge, and depending on what the bias is, we'll try to get them removed for cause because we don't have to use a challenge then. And so we'll go up there, and then the judge will try to rehabilitate that particular juror by just asking, okay, we understand your bias. Okay. But what I'm asking you, do you have the ability to put your bias aside and follow the facts and the law? And if that person just says yes, the judge is like, all right, rehabilitated, they're fine. I mean, it's the most frustrating thing in the world because no one thinks that. No one thinks that a judge asking a question about being able to put your bias aside actually is a thing, and in this situation, it shouldn't have required any kind of thought from the judge. It's like, wait, your kid, like, because usually what they ask in the beginning before you're even doing individual or panel voir dire is, they'll have the list of the attorneys, the witnesses, law enforcement, the prosecutors, the defense attorneys, everybody that's involved with the case. And they'll ask the prospective jurors, raise your hand if you know any of these people. And, so you raise your hand, and usually the judge will question that juror. And if it comes out that it's, your kid works in that office, it can't be a juror. You cannot take that chance. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, structural error, it's an automatic redo. Harmless error doesn't even come into play. You don't even get to talk about it because it's that big of an error. It tainted the trial from beginning to end. And that's what happened. So now Gannon's poor family is going to have to sit through that nightmare again. Like, that's the moral of these stories that I'm always trying to tell people. She's going to get convicted again. They have very powerful evidence against her. Zero doubt. This isn't about evidence that's being kept out at a new trial. All the same evidence is coming in. It's going to be the same damn case, but now they're not going to have a biased juror on there because it's structural error. You know what I mean? It's like a nightmare. It was absolutely avoidable. It's 100% on the judge on that case. There's no way that and I pulled out from the brief, the judge, this wasn't like something that slipped under the radar and the judge just wasn't aware of it. The judge called this juror back up to the bench. They had the discussions, and this judge, for some unbelievable reason, is like, okay, I'm good with it. She's rehabilitated. She said it's not gonna cause her to have any kind of bias. I'm like, okay. Well, that judge learned a very, very hard lesson. And the ones that are paying the price are Gannon's family as I have to sit through another trial. It's unbelievable.
Speaking of crazy shit with juries, that the court officer who was responsible for sequestering the jury in this case was Dana Bobo's cousin who owned a business with him?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Did that get brought up on appeal?
No, it actually didn't. That I don't think. I think it was one of those things. There's just it was like so much that it's like there's so much crazy shit that you kind of
crazy
shit you're gonna
there's a lot. It's just like the Richard Allen case. Like, that case gets more insane every day that passes in terms of, because it's unbelievable. And I'm you in that case. Like,
yes.
I've got a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that I'm not able to talk about, but there's a lot of work being done, and there's a lot of shit that I know that much like you, I can't wait to talk about it. But it's like, I'm just for the benefit of Richard Allen, much like for the benefit of Zach Adams, we gotta wait until the time is right, and then all will be known. Yeah,
that case is
it's unbelievable. And it's like, you have the same thing. You have the railroading prosecutor, you have the incompetent judge who is beyond incompetent. They're like literally biased. They're making rulings, they're doing things. I mean, I can't even stand listening to his voice. Like, whenever he starts blabbering up there and telling some bad joke. It's like, I can't with it. Like, as soon as I found out that he was watching football during a murder trial, I'm like, holy shit. And I know that he's like,
yeah, McKinley, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're not watching it, I'm sure, because you couldn't figure out how to turn YouTube on.
Well, hold on. Could somebody help me with my iPad over here?
He goes to this breakfast place every morning in Savannah, and I think he's friends with the owner. So the owner is very, Zach's guilty, hang him outside on the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think his staff feel the same way, because we ordered from there during the trial, and they would give us banana pudding and extra treats and write nice little messages all over they take out.
Yeah, I had the same thing going on with the clerks over at Carroll County at the courthouse. Like, they knew my coverage, so it got to the point where I had like 2 clerks. As soon as something was filed, it would be like in my inbox when I woke up. And like, after the trial, before the verdict came down, I went to like the local bakery and bought him like a huge, delicious tray of baked goods, because it was like just a really nice thing to do. That's a weird thing, right? When like kind of people know in the area that you're involved with the case and you're covering it, and how they respond to you. You can really read people like from the community, like where they are hanging their hat on a particular case. And it was very much like that in Delphi. It's the same thing. Delphi is a tiny little town. Yep. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everything about the case. Yeah, it's crazy.
I could tell this case, I could tell the temperature of the community changing just over time by how people would treat, because I would be in Parsons a lot, and you feel it.
Yeah.
Feel the switch happening. People just kind of started getting friendlier and more helpful and less aggressive.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I certainly, with the Delphi thing, it was less the citizens, the good citizens of Delphi, and it was more like the guilters on the other side that I had to worry about. Mm-hmm. Like the YouTubers and all the very interesting people.
I went up to the Remain site at one point, which is private property, and I had the owner's permission to be on the property. And when I left, law enforcement had illegally been pinging my phone using the 911 service. And I come out, and they're like 6 cops circle around my vehicle and stop me, just wanting to know what I'm doing. No reason. They pulled me over and made me get out and do a roadside sobriety test once.
Wow.
I passed with flying colors. For a while there, every time I'd go into town, I have cameras on my vehicles now because I would be followed around by local law enforcement whenever I showed up.
That's scary shit. That show of force, intimidation shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. And
all the law enforcement, I will say, I never had any interactions with individual law enforcement that people were, I think it was coming from above them, because I wasn't getting, even the lady who was giving me the roadside sobriety test, she complimented me on my lack of nystagmus.
It's because I'm sober, lady.
Yeah, it's like, I know.
Hey, what is some people are asking about the website where they can check out all the good work y'all do. What's the website?
innocentbrothers.com, or you can also find it through jennifernicholsforjudge.com. innocentbrothers.com, and follow our YouTube channel, because it will be and probably
that we drop in the chat. Like we drop the YouTube channel and the link for that in the chat all the time. I don't know, mods, have we been dropping in the website? Because the website's pretty awesome.
And we're gonna Kinsey, our intern, is I think in the chat right now, and I need to send her a password or something so she can help me update some things. But we got some more stuff that we're gonna be throwing on the website too.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, there's Kinsey. What's up, girl? She was on with us. She came on. Sweet kid.
She is. People think I'm a pain in the ass. Wait for Kinsey's scary smart and
She's coming.
and fearless.
I love it.
Yeah, watch out.
We need them. That next generation's got to come up behind us. We need those. Like my 19-year-old's the same way. She's a badass. She's a badass. Good. Her and Kinsey are going to lead the revolution. So that's good to know. All right, let's keep going with Terry Britt.
I'm not from Parsons, so I don't know, I don't pay attention to numbers and road signs. I pay attention to which way I go.
You lived over there off of Jeanette Holiday Road for 10 years or more.
Yes.
And as you just testified, you drive around at night drinking beer with your friend Skip Boney.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say I rode around at night time drinking beer with Skip Boney.
Okay, what did you say?
I said ride around sometime, get drunk.
Okay.
I didn't say if it's day or night. And it was not night, no.
You had a paper route where you delivered papers, didn't you?
Yes.
And you delivered them for the news leader, didn't you?
Yes.
And that paper route would start in the evening time, wouldn't it?
Yes.
And you would drive and drop papers off at all the convenience stores in the area throughout the whole Decatur County. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And it would end at sometime late in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning. Isn't that right?
That's sometimes correct. Yes.
Okay. If I can have a moment, Your Honor.
There you go. I go drink water. I'm going to take my nuts in my mouth.
Get a water, please.
Do I need to wait for your water? Can you go ahead?
If you don't mind, go away. It's okay.
I'm thirsty. Need me some water.
Okay.
At the time they searched your house, you had more than one home computer, didn't you?
Yes.
And at the time they searched your house, you had been Googling video searches under the words rape, abduction, kidnapping, hadn't you?
I don't know.
I mean, there's nothing to see there. Big deal. So what?
It's almost worse to say I don't know, because
way worse.
If you don't know, then you're probably, because I know that I wasn't doing that today. That's just not the kind of thing that you don't know unless
Right. You definitely know. you definitely know when you've Googled the R word.
Now, pay attention to what comes next, though, because he starts educating the jury about how all kinds of porn just pops up when you're looking at porn. She wasn't saying what kind of porn popped up on your computer. These are words that his fingers typed on the keyboard to search. So it's not the kind of porn that came up randomly. It's the stuff he was searching for. His search terms.
Little Brian. It's got a little Brian Walsh.
Possible.
Okay. And you had been watching pornography of the subjects rape, kidnapping, and abduction, hadn't you?
I don't know. It's possible.
You liked pornography, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big porn guy.
Now, at the time that the Amber Alert went out, all that was known was that there was a woman who was missing. That's all the information they had, isn't it?
I'm going to object. He doesn't know what information they had.
That's all the information you had, was that a woman was missing.
I believe that's great.
Initially, there were no allegations of any type of rape, were there?
And again, Your Honor.
He said that he did not know.
Okay, that's all I'm just trying to confirm, is he did not know about allegations of rape.
If he said he did not know, then we're not going to go specifically down.
All right, Judge, calm the fuck down. Quit yelling at people, asshole. Harry, like where you're remembering, we watched this like right after the evidentiary hearing ended, and like right after I listened to the Trial and Error podcast episodes on this. We specifically went, before we decided to cover the whole trial, we went and played Terry Britt's testimony. That's why you're remembering it, because we're going in order of the playlist of the trial. So we're just rewatching it, and it's definitely worth the rewatch anyway.
Yeah, you catch more things every time.
Oh yeah, it's like the gift that keeps on giving.
If there were allegations of this, he said that he did not know.
Okay, that's all I'm just trying to confirm, is he did not know about allegations of rape.
If he said he did not know, then we're not going to go specifically down if there were allegations of this. He said he did not know. Let's move on.
Yes, Your Honor. And you have a past charge for burglary. And burglary, the jury may not understand what burglary is.
We're not going to go into what the jury understands.
Well, I know, but Your Honor, I just wanted him to say that it's entering.
Wait. Let's move on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Wow.
I've already told them that.
No. So Gull wasn't like this as frequently with the lawyers, and specifically Andy. Like, I think the judge had a tolerance for Brad. She detests Andy Baldwin. So there were definitely some back and forths with, and Andy's such a nice, unassuming guy, you know, and he's never really loses his shit in there. And so it really, like, and Gull would get really shitty with him. Like, I can remember 3 specific occasions, like, especially with the textbook impeachment thing, like where he was doing textbook impeachment, like absolutely textbook impeachment. And she's like, this isn't how you impeach somebody, you know? So there was a couple, it wasn't with the nearly with the frequency that this judge is attacking Jennifer. Like, you know, it's 10 times a day with her on this trial. It's unbelievable. It's like this dude is like in the same team photo as that douchebag judge that it's like all over the internet right now, that is like screaming at the IT guy and issuing sanctions against lawyers who clearly did nothing. Yeah, like that guy. It's funny. Yeah. Because it's funny. I posted, I called it a study in contrasting judicial temperaments. And so I had that judge with the video of him, you know, just shitting all over the IT guy. And then I had the, you know, oh, I'm not a cat judge. You know, I had, you know, that judge who's a wonderful guy. And so we follow each other. And so he had retweeted it. And then he pulled it off. He pulled my video off and he like messaged me. He's like, hey, you know, I retweeted it, but I just remembered that judge follows me on Twitter. So it's like, I felt like I had to pull it off. I was like, oh, no worries, man. Yeah. Cause that's, you know, I mean, that's like a perfect example of a judge who has the kind of temperament from somebody you want sitting on the bench. You know, you don't want some flaming asshole up there who's just, you know, got that black robe disorder, you know, who thinks he's fucking above it all and, you know, has the ability and the right to talk to people like shit. And, you know, and this guy's that guy, you know, cause it's like, you don't even know how to read this guy. Is he just like overtly biased? Does he just hate defense attorneys in general? Like I've never seen him before, so I don't know. You know what I mean? He was a pretty popular judge. I got the sense that he just had the same confirmation bias that everyone else did, where he thought Zach was guilty before the trial started and wanted to be popular. And, and I'm not saying this in any kind, I mean, as someone who completed a geriatric neuropsych fellowship at Vanderbilt and he was diagnosed with dementia within a couple of years of this case. You don't go from Alzheimer's you don't go from normal to Alzheimer's dementia in 2 years. Overnight, no. You don't. If you qualified for a diagnosis of dementia in 2019, then in 2017 you've got some cognitive impairment for sure. 100%. So that the gal sitting next to him, that's like family, right? That's like his kin. Have you do you know who that's is? Susan Jones. She's a AOC. I thought somebody had texted that it was like his niece or some shit. She's supposed to sit on, I think if it's a capital murder case, they have some like consultant lady that is supposed to sit there and help. I don't know, maybe she's his like nurse. Changing his diapers in between witnesses, helping him with his iPad. Here, I mean, good God, slide it over to me. I'll fix it. She did actually, though. I know. Turned his football up. I remember it. These ads keep popping up. I don't know what's going on. He's like, this kid late starts popping up. Yeah, it just popped up. I don't know what's going on with it. I can't control it. I don't understand your technology. It's for the kids.
considered for the purpose of what effect, if any, it has on his credibility.
Well, I'm not trying to go into the facts. I'm just not sure the jury understands what a burglary is. It's kind of a technical
You want
problem.
me to tell you what it is? I'll tell you.
No, I'm going to charge the jury what the law is. Makes
Yes,
no it makes no difference if they understand what burglary or any
Katie, I'm going to re-up on my iced coffee. I'll be right back.
other crime is.
Okay.
Make sure the kids behave, all right?
They can only consider those crimes if he has been convicted for the purpose
Yeah, you're like the fun substitute teacher.
I'm like the drunk aunt.
of his credibility.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, when I came to visit you in jail, you had admitted to me that at the time the police searched your house, you actually were in possession of a gun, didn't you?
I think so. I'm not sure I believe that, but yeah.
You were, in fact, at the time they searched your house in possession of a gun that you had hidden from them, weren't you?
Let's see now. When they search, you talking about the day they come out here and spend all day searching my house?
Yes.
No, I didn't have no guns. No.
But you recognize that the conversation that we had while you were in jail.
Yeah, I had two guns there when they come out there one time, but they didn't search. But they come out there, they just looked on the computer. Yeah, I had two guns. I had a pistol and a 25 automatic, 22 rifle.
Okay. And you remember that at one time Johnny Walker came to talk to you while you were in jail. Remember the Marshal Johnny Walker coming?
Yeah, I think that's the one that told me if Jennifer agreed to what I said, they'll let me go without making bond. She agreed to it and let me go.
You're talking about Jennifer, is it
I
Robson?
don't know what her name is. I don't know her last name.
She was the woman from the sex offender registry.
Yes.
But do you remember at one time offering to plead guilty to the murder of Holly Bobo if you could get a 20-year sentence?
No.
So
No.
you're saying that is not.
I'm saying that's a lie.
Do you remember Terry Dykes coming out to talk to you about the disappearance of Holly Bobo multiple times?
Oh, yeah, we all know Dacos, don't we?
And you know that he was recording you when he was talking to you, don't you?
No, I didn't know he was recording me.
And when you were talking about the disappearance of Holly Bobo, you at one point might have occurred when she disappeared. And do you remember saying that Holly Bobo had a somewhat perfect body, like a toy, some would say?
No, I didn't say perfect body toy. I said she was from the picture they had on the wall at the
And yeah, Johnny
store,
Walker.
I said she looked good, and I said probably somebody whoever got her probably got her for a sex slave.
For a sex slave?
Yep.
Okay. And do you remember saying that the person who got her, that it wouldn't work because once you took it, you'd have to hide it, you'd have to feed it? Do you remember referring to Holly as an it when you talked to Terry Dykes?
No.
Do you remember saying, you specifically said if you kept it, you would have to hide it, you would have to feed it? So you're denying you said that?
I ain't denying it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I might say, I don't know.
So you might have said it.
Yeah, I might say.
Okay. And do you remember saying that if you killed it, you would have to hide the body? Do you remember saying
I
that?
probably said it.
And do you remember that you specifically referring to Holly Bobo as an it? Do you remember that?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you remember saying that if the person...
If I did do it, I was being sarcastic with Dacos because of the way he treated me. So.
Do you remember specifically saying that the person that took her, when they took her, it would have been for their own personal pleasure and have their way with her?
I probably said that.
And that they couldn't wait to get her and be alone with her?
I said whoever got her for more than likely sex purposes.
Okay. And what would those purposes be?
Whatever they want to do.
You remember specifically saying all that to Terry Dykes, don't you?
I probably did.
Okay. No further questions?
Further direction?
Yes.
Mr. Britt, it is safe to say that Terry Dykes and all the other law enforcement involved in this case focused on you.
Yes, I did.
They focused on you.
Katie, is there anything else you would have liked to have seen Jennifer get into there?
At this point, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, the reality is the judge would have shut it down anyway. If she would have gotten too far afield.
Well, I don't exactly, because it seemed like Jennifer Nichols is trying to tiptoe around But then she said he was he was a registered sex. Like when they were describing why he was picked up, and it's like they were trying to tiptoe around. He violated his sex offender registry, and so I don't exactly understand. And I understand like with the burglary thing that it's about credibility and not his. I just don't exactly understand what's allowed and what's not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure with this particular witness, there was some pretty heavy duty motions in limine in terms of what they were going to allow in and what they weren't. So, and this is back when they weren't doing what they do these days, which is a lot of times in a high profile case, we get to see all the motion work leading up to trial, which I love because that's where the real war is fought.
Oh yeah.
In terms of what's coming in and what's not. So, yeah.
Because of your history.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
You can't blame them, can you, for looking into your past?
Not really.
And when they came to your house on April the 13th of 2011, it is documented. You were out there with this tub, your wife was there, y'all unloaded all that, right?
Yes.
Okay. You had the receipts, correct?
Yes.
Despite the fact somebody turned over the receipts, something about the times, the places, and whatever that you had been, they didn't stop looking at you, did they? In other words, that receipt wasn't enough.
No, I guess they thought it was forward. I don't know.
Because they put a wiretap on your phone.
They went over it all good and verified it.
But whatever they found out,
It didn't matter. They kept on digging.
and they got your computers, right?
Yes.
And as Ms. Thompson's pointed out, they looked up to see what you had looked at, right?
Right.
And they found out that you looked at porn.
Right.
What I would call, bad porn.
Well, let me explain something.
Just answer that, right?
Right.
Do you have good porn?
I don't know.
Well, I was going to explain to the jury something. When you get on the computer or the internet, and you start typing porn, all kind of stuff just floods it on their own. It just pops up there. Don't mean you went through it. It's coming there. That's why. And while it's coming there, it's viruses that's doing it. So just because something pops up there that's showing you went and seen this, that don't mean you went and done this because it's in there. It's coming up once you go in porn. So,
So
but Doc was so fixated on me, I guess I don't know.
Those damn pop-ups. Those damn pop-up ads. Screw you every time. Every single time. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Every time when I'm surfing porn and they pop up, it's very frustrating. I'm always really worried Allie's gonna be like, what? I can't believe you're looking at this type of porn. And I'm like,
Well, it's those pop-up ads. I can't do anything about it. It's like there's a virus. It's a virus. I don't know what to do with it. It's just a virus.
You know whether Dyke is still a TDA agent?
No, he's lost his job. I wish he'd get on food stamps.
I object, Your Honor, to him saying he lost his job. That's not.
He can say.
He almost destroyed my life.
See, the question was, do you know if Dyke still works for TDI? His question was responsive, but let's move on.
Okay. So after all that, you still have to be here today, still answering questions about something that happened in 2011.
It's like in camera back there. They're going to plaster me with lies on me from here to China again.
Is it fair to say, Mr. Dykus, that as a result of TBI's investigation, it caused you difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you understand that even today, Ms. Thompson is asking questions about chainsaws purchased a month before, a refrigerated trailer bought long before? Do you know what she is trying to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you one final time.
Objection, Your Honor, as to what he knows I'm trying to do or not. That's speculation.
He's already answered us.
So one more time, Mr. Dykus. Sorry, Mr. Britt. Did you have anything to do? Anything at all?
No, I did not.
With the abduction?
Was there a Freudian slip there? Did she just call him Mr. Dykus?
They keep doing that. Poor Terry Dykus. That's like the ending of his book is just don't call me Terry Britt. I'm and I have to jump off and jump on with a client, but we'll be in touch soon, hopefully with some good news to share.
Well, I adore you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting me come in and say hi again.
Open door, girl. Open
I'll be back soon.
All right. See ya. Thanks for
Hi, guys. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
of Holly Bobo?
No, I did not.
The rape of Holly Bobo?
No, I did not.
Putting a bullet in the back of her head?
No, I did not. I wouldn't do that.
Nothing else?
Now, the receipt that you produced from All Goods, it's a handwritten receipt on an All Goods form, isn't it?
Good one, Nick.
I believe it is.
And you are aware that All Goods did not have a matching pink receipt for the receipt you had in their store records, aren't you?
I think they verified it. I think they went out there and they verified it, I believe.
It was missing, wasn't it?
Well, if you want a question for not up all the tub, you can go to my house and look at.
Wait.
Well, let me think. I'm gonna say it right here.
No,
You can
let
go-
me say,
Hey, well, Terry Britt, you need to shut the fuck up and listen to me. I'm the judge, sir. Don't you talk out of turn in my courtroom, mister. Trying to protect you best I can.
Wait, so Birdman, that's a good one, by the way, Nick, and thank you for the generosity. Birdman says, I typed an April Fool's chat about how your podcast sucks, but I couldn't bring myself to send it. I'm on episode 25. You deserve to be pretty proud of yourself and the team. Thanks. I'm hoping you're talking about Buried. And thank you, Birdman. I appreciate it.
he said he had a receipt.
Thank you
You're
for
implying
your
that they might not have had the pink part at All Goods. He does not know what they did or did not have.
He might have, because they may have
Shared that with them. The investigation may have shared that with them.
Hearsay. Move on.
When we talked about the pornography on your computer, you were specifically searching for videos using the term rape, weren't you?
No,
So if it's in your computer history that you were searching on the term rape, that would be
if
inaccurate?
it's in there saying I particularly did that, right? That'd be a lie.
Okay, and you were specifically searching for abduction, weren't you?
No,
Okay, you were specifically searching for kidnapping, weren't you?
no.
No further questions.
Done. All right. You can step in.
You can believe this shit.
Let's take it, but it will be 15 this time, okay? 15.
Sure, Joe. You bet.
Tell you about the kids, stuff, and then to the court reporter.
Anthony Phoenix, ANTHONY PHOENIX.
Proceed.
Thank you,
That
Judge. Good
really
morning.
is your name.
Morning, how
You've
you?
come a long way to get here today.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to give us an exact address, but where are you living at?
Texas.
Living in Texas. What are you doing in Texas?
I weld.
And you're working quite a bit these days, huh?
Yes, sir. About 110 hours a week.
110 hours a week. You're losing some cash being here with us today, right?
A little bit.
You have a girlfriend there in Texas too, right?
Yes.
How's she doing?
Good.
How old are you?
32.
32 years old. Things are going pretty well for you now, right?
Yes, sir.
Things haven't always gone this well for you. Is that correct?
That's correct.
You used to live back in Decatur County at some point, right?
Yes.
Where in Decatur do you live?
A few places, but Parsons.
In Parsons. When was that? Was it around 2010, 11 in that area?
Yes, sir. I didn't move to Texas until 2016, last year.
Okay. So before that, were you pretty much a lifelong resident of that area? I'm calling Decatur County with that general area.
That and the penitentiary.
That in the penitentiary. Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us a little bit about the problems you had in this area.
I had a drug problem.
Okay.
And no funds to help me with my drug problem. So crime wasn't a recurring offense.
All right. So you got to steal stuff to get money to feed your drug habit?
Yes, sir.
And did you get arrested sometimes for those things, stealing things and drugs?
Yes, sir.
You're on parole now, correct?
Yes, sir.
What are you on parole for now?
Promotion, manufacture, and some theft charges.
Okay. Methamphetamine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I always want to Shane. Do you know Shane?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Did you know him pretty well?
Not too well.
You know Dylan? I'm sorry.
Not too well, but I knew him.
You know Dylan Adams?
Yes, sir.
Did you know Jason Autry?
Not too well, but I knew him.
Did y'all kind of run sort of in the same circles back then?
I ran with some people he ran with. We didn't necessarily run together, but
All right. Did you know Zach Hammond?
I did.
You see Zach Hammond in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you point him out? Tell us what he's wearing?
Gray suit.
For the record, are you referring to, well, I guess there's really not one gray suit. For the record, the defendant. That's not gray, is it?
Did you know the Bobo family?
I did. My foster dad taught school with Miss Karen.
Did you know Holly Bobo? Or no other?
Yes, not personally, but yes.
Do you remember on or about April the 13th?
Yes.
2011. Do you remember when Holly went missing?
Yes, sir.
Where were you when Holly went missing?
I was in jail.
What were you thinking when you were in jail when you heard she went missing?
Actually, the first word that came out of my mouth was, I wonder where Zach was.
Now, tell us a little bit about what you and Zach used to do back in the day.
Get high.
Get high.
We used to get high and whatever we could do to afford that.
You said that
the first day seemed like a week. The second day, well, it seemed like 3 days. But the third day, it seemed like a month.
that you immediately wondered where Zach was when you heard Holly was missing, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember, you got out of jail at some of that, right?
Yes.
When was that, if you remember?
I'm not sure. I was doing it 11/29, so maybe, I don't know, maybe October.
Okay. When you got out in October, did you stay in Gator County in that area?
I did.
Did you get back together with Zach?
I did.
Y'all kept hanging out?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember his demeanor whenever the subject, and correct me if I'm wrong, but the subject of Holly Bobo going missing, was that a pretty big
Yes.
event in Gator County?
Yes.
And do you remember what his demeanor was whenever that would come up?
Yes. Sketchy.
Sketchy. What do you mean by sketchy?
Nervous. Well, for instance, I was over there one day, and it was quite a few of us over there, but somebody, I had.
You can't say what someone said to you. You can say what you did in response to something that was said to you.
Okay, so.
Boy, this judge loves to fucking lecture on what hearsay is to people. It's his favorite pastime. Judge, what are some of your hobbies? Well,
I really enjoy, just lecturing people on exactly what's hearsay and what's not.
yeah, he hates these cans. Exactly. It's classic. Shit holds up. Shit holds up. The jerk holds up. 100%. Look, everybody, our own Bailey B. She just got her first jury summons. Very popular trial starting soon around here, too. What trial? Inquiring minds want to know. We must know. Now, Bailey, because of her astute and almost perfect attendance record here at DD, is somebody I would absolutely want to sit on a jury. Without question. Without question. All right, tell us. We need to know what trial. Don't be slippery, Bailey. Ooh, shit. Damn. I almost forgot about that case. I almost forget. You guys remember that case with the kids at the track meet? Black kid, white kid. It's going to be a good trial. I know you will. I know you will. Just hold them to their burden. That's all you have to do. Hold them to their burden. That's your task.
I brought up the fact that Holly Bobo was mentioned, and Zach proceeded to clear the whole house out.
So was this Zach's house?
Yes.
There were a lot of people over there?
Yes.
And somebody said something about the investigation. Is that the way it went?
Yes.
And his reaction was what?
Clean the house out.
Including yourself?
Yes.
Now, you've indicated that do you know Karen Bobo, or do you know who she is? You said you know the Bobo family. Do you know specifically who Karen Bobo is?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember another time when you were talking to Zach, did he mention to you something about a meeting with Miss Bobo?
Yes.
Tell us about that.
He mentioned that he had met with Miss Karen and was real concerned whether or not she believed what he told him. And said he gave her a hug and asked did I think that meant that she believed him. And of course, what I told him was, well, how the fuck would I know? I wasn't there. But he was real concerned with his innocence.
So he had met with Miss Bobo, and she was trying to sort of investigate the case. Was that your impression?
I mean, I don't know why he met with Miss Bobo.
Okay. But he was concerned that the hug, did he say that they hugged?
Yeah, when he left, he hugged her.
And he was worried if that had convinced her of his innocence.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
At this time, were you even aware of that meeting had actually taken place, or did you even know?
No, I wasn't aware of anything.
So Zach just offered that information to you.
Right.
Now, after that, and you've already indicated that you guys, you, Zach, you had a drug problem.
Right.
And y'all would drive around looking basically for money to sort of fuel the drug problem, correct?
Correct.
Was there a time when you were doing that you can recall after that, after he mentioned Ms. Bobo?
Yes, sir. The night before I went to jail, we were actually riding around. Whether or not we was looking for something to steal or just keeping our eyes open for something to get, I don't remember. But he made the comment about something along the lines of, let's rape this bitch. And I looked at him. Of course, I was turning the radio up. I was trying to get him to go pick these four-wheelers up that I had stolen. And I would turn the radio up every time I talked, and he would turn it down. And he made that comment, and I just looked at him. And I said, well, what's this got to do with what we're trying to do right now? And I turned the radio back up. Well, he turned it back down, and just kept talking, and was like, I couldn't have picked a prettier bitch. You know, and right then it kind of clicked to me. And I told him, well, I don't want to hear about it. And he said something in between that. But in the end, he made the comment that it sure was fun.
And did that shock you?
Did it shock me? No.
So he said, and was there any doubt? Because at this point, you've already indicated he was paranoid whenever something about Holly Bobo would come up, right?
Yes.
And you've already indicated that he was concerned whether or not he had convinced Miss Bobo
Yes.
of his innocence, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you're driving down the road, and he just comes out, let's rape this bitch, right?
Yes, sir.
And then he says, I couldn't have picked a prettier bitch, correct?
Yes.
And then he said something else that you don't remember exactly what that was?
No, sir.
And then he said it was fun. Is there any doubt in your mind, Mr. Phoenix, that he was talking about Holly Bobo
No.
when he said that?
None.
Thank you, Mr. Phoenix. No further.
All right, cross-examination.
Hello, Mr. Finks. I'm Jennifer Thompson. I am Mr. Adams' attorney. Okay. Now, you gave some statements to the police regarding what Mr. Adams said, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. One of the statements that you gave was in March of 2014, March 1st.
Okay.
And another statement that you gave was March 5th of 2014. Does that
Okay.
sound about right?
Yes.
Okay. Both of those were after Mr. Adams had been arrested.
Yes.
Okay. Matter of fact, at one time, you were fairly good friends with Mr. Adams, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. You spent some time at his house, even living at his house, didn't you?
I don't know about living, but I spent some time there.
You spent the night at his house,
Yes.
slept over.
Yes.
Okay. And also, you have a past conviction for theft. You theft over $1,000. You got a 2-year sentence on that, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am. I have all kinds of past convictions.
Okay. And I'd like to, at this time, pass this up. See, I'd like to pass this to you, see if this reflects the conviction you had.
Judge, I think he's admitting to his conviction.
Okay. Well, I'd like to go ahead and put that into evidence, Your Honor. It's a certified copy of his conviction.
Not really admissible, he's not denying it.
He's just admitted.
I know, Your Honor, but it's just a certified copy.
Why did you
For the
need to
record.
file a certified copy if he's admitted?
Well, it's for the record, Your Honor. Just trying to make
The
it
record
clear.
clearly established that he admitted a theft over $1,000 and 2-year sentence. Plus, he said, I've got all kinds of other convictions. It doesn't come in.
May I have this marked for identification, Your Honor? And I'd like just to make it part of the record as a proffer, an offer of proof.
Sure.
Thank you.
The exhibit 213 will not be passed to the jury.
These times when you were around Mr. Adams, you had also been using drugs, of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you were using meth, isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
What other drugs were you using at the time?
Meth.
And you and Mr. Adams were meth buddies, weren't you?
Yes.
And Mr. Adams was a big talker when he
Sir, you were using meth at the time. Yes. And what other drugs were you using? Meth? No, what other drugs? We know about the meth. What other drugs, sir?
get high on meth, wasn't he?
No.
He was not a big talker.
No.
Okay. And the times that he was saying these things, you of course were stoned too, weren't you?
Yes.
You were high.
Yes. Not stoned. High.
Okay. Is there a difference to you?
Yes.
So you say the time that somebody mentioned Holly Bobo, Mr. Adams, or times when people would mention Holly Bobo, Mr. Adams would get a funny look on his face. Can you describe that?
I didn't say anything about a funny look.
I thought you said he'd have a sketchy demeanor.
Right.
Okay. Can you describe what a sketchy demeanor means to you?
Paranoid.
Paranoid. So paranoid, what does that mean to you?
What's the definition?
Well, I'm asking you, what's your definition of paranoid?
Something to hide.
Okay, so how did he have a sketchy, paranoid demeanor? What were some of the things he would do? What were his physical actions?
Well, if we were having a good time, we wouldn't be. Like I said, there were 6, 7 of us at the house having a good time. Everybody got to leave now.
Okay, so at some point he just says, you know what, I'm done with the party, everybody out.
No, not at some point. At the point I mentioned Holly Bobo.
Okay, he says, everybody out of the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything
well,
else?
No.
No? Okay. And when you say that you all were riding around together, and you're in your car, is that right? When he's talking about rape?
No, we're in his truck.
In his truck, and the music's on.
Yes.
Now, he never specifically said Holly Bobo, did he?
No.
Okay. And that's something that you've assumed you meant.
Yes.
Okay. And you know that at some point your name came up in this investigation as you being possibly involved.
Too bad I was locked up.
That's fortunate for you, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
But you're aware that your name did come up as you being possibly involved.
No, but not something I would do, high or sober.
But I'm not asking about that. You knew that at different points, different people, rumors were that you had been involved.
No.
No?
No.
You weren't aware of those rumors?
No.
Okay. I can have that. Now, when you saying Mr. Adams said something about rape, it was future tense. You're saying today, he said, let's rape this bitch. Is that right?
Yes.
So it was future tense, not past tense.
That's what you want. I don't know. He said, let's rape this bitch. So whether it was future or past, I don't know.
Okay. And then when he said, I couldn't have picked a prettier bitch, it sure was fun. He didn't specifically say anything in that sentence about rape, did he?
No, not in that sense.
Okay. No further questions, John.
Anything else? Okay.
You come up here all the way from Texas to tell the truth today, right?
Yes, sir.
You told us about your background,
Yes.
but you're doing much better today, right?
Yes.
Is there any doubt in your mind when you're driving around with this man you've identified as Zach Adams, given the entire context of everything you knew about him, when he said, let's rape this bitch, then he said, I couldn't have picked a prettier bitch, it was fun, that he was talking about the rape and murder of Holly Bobo?
No, sir.
Nothing further, good.
So after he said that, Mr. Adams made those statements, you were so concerned and so convinced he meant Holly Bobo, you booted him out of, or you jumped out of the truck and you went straight to the police and told them about this, didn't you?
Do you have it on paper that I did? No, I didn't.
Okay. No further questions.
All right. Done.
Yes, sir.
You can step down. Please don't discuss the testimony you give.
If it ain't on paper, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
You're excused. Call your next.
Jamie Darnell.
I swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You have to go. Be seated in the chair. State your first and last name and spelling for the court reporter, please.
Jamie Darnell, JAMIE DARNELL.
Darnell, you're going to need to speak into that because you're kind of soft-spoken, so speak directly into that microphone, okay?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Darnell, I'm not going to ask you where you live, but what area do you live in?
North end of the county. North end of Decatur County.
Northern Decatur County?
Yes, sir.
How long have you lived in Northern Decatur County?
Pretty much my whole life.
You know a man named Zachary Adams?
Yes, sir.
You see Mr. Adams in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Point him out, please. You don't say that's the record. Reflect the record. The defendant. How long have you known Mr. Adams?
Pretty much his whole life. When he says he was about 5, he started riding the bus, same school bus I did.
You rode the same school bus?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with the case that's been known as the Holly Bobo case from April of 2011?
Yes, sir.
You know that because you live in Decatur County?
Yes, sir.
Fair to say that was big news in Decatur County.
Yes, sir, it was.
Did you know Ms. Holly Bobo?
No, sir.
You know any of her family?
Miss Bobo taught 4th grade.
Ms. Karen Bobo?
Yes, sir.
Being a school teacher?
Yes, sir.
We'll take you to July 2012. Did you own or have a home in Decatur County?
Yes, sir. Yellow Springs Road.
And did Mr. Zach Adams come to your house in July of 2012?
Yes, sir.
Tell the jury what happened in July 2012 when Zach Adams came to your house.
He came over to the house one night and it was he was feeling pretty good, you know, and he wanted to go to the bathroom and share some drugs with me. We went to the bathroom.
You said he was feeling pretty good. What do you mean by that? What did you observe about him that night, Mr. Darnell?
It seemed like he was just wound up, like he had, you know, energetic and stuff, you know, having a, you know.
The influence of drugs?
Yes, sir.
All right. You went into the bathroom?
Yes, sir. He approached me with a syringe, wanted to shoot me up with some meth, and I refused.
Hey man, let's get high. Let's get high as fuck. Let's go, bro. Let's go get fucking high, bro.
And I don't do the needle thing. Never have. And
You use drugs, though. You did use drugs, correct?
yes, sir.
You're not proud of that, are you?
No, sir. Not at all. Not at all.
Did you do methamphetamine?
Yes, sir.
You didn't do it with the needle, though, did you?
No, sir.
You don't like needle, though, do you?
No, sir.
Is that what Mr. Adams wanted to do that night?
Yes, sir.
All right, I interrupted you. Go ahead about what's going on in that bathroom.
Well, he wanted to do that, and I was trying to get it the other way, any other way than the needle. He it seemed like he got agitated, kind of upset him a little bit.
Mr. Adams got agitated and upset?
Yes, sir.
Speak up, Mr. Darnell.
I'm sorry.
Look at the jury. Speaking of that microphone, okay?
It seemed like he got upset and kind of bothered over it, like like he was offended or something.
Did you think he was mad at you because you wouldn't do needle dope with him?
Yes, sir. Seemed like it was. Seemed like it was bothering him. He showed me, sir. He showed me a knife that he had, and I was kind of like intimidated by it or something, trying to intimidate me with it. And I asked him to look at it, and I was checking it out, and asked him how much he would take for it. And he told me that if I knew what that knife had done, that I'd probably be afraid to hold the knife. And I was like, is it involved what I think it is? And he just smiled and I gave it back to him.
What were you talking about? The Holly Bobo case?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't get that knife?
No, sir. No, sir. I gave it back immediately. We proceeded outside the bathroom. As we walked out of the bathroom, my girlfriend at the time was sitting on the couch watching TV, facing the open door. It was hot, you know.
Open door, is that the front door?
The front door, yes, sir. Yes, sir, the front door. And I didn't even know I had a pistol with him. He pulled the pistol out and shot it right over top of her head out the front door. I took the gun from him.
Mr. Adams shot that gun?
Yes, sir.
Over the top of the girlfriend's head, out the front door?
Yes, sir. I mean, like a foot over top of her head. It was close.
You know he had a gun?
No, sir.
What happened after he shot the gun over your girlfriend's head out the front door?
I kind of pushed the gun down toward the floor and kind of the side door let outside was to his right. So I kind of pushed the gun down and walked in toward the door and told him, he couldn't be doing that and acting like that in the house. He couldn't be doing stuff like that.
It scared you?
Yes, sir.
Surprised you?
Yes, sir.
What was Mr. Adams, what was his emotional state while he had this condition he was in that you described, and after he had shot that gun over your girlfriend's head out the front door?
Well, after he did that, as soon as he made the exit of the house, he broke down, started crying. He took the gun from him. He was crying. He was apologetic, and he immediately started apologizing for what he was doing.
When he was crying and apologetic for what he was doing, where were you all standing?
We were standing on the used to be the west side of the house at the time, on the other side door.
Outside?
Yes, sir.
You know why he was crying?
He just having a breakdown, like he was, finally at wit's end or something. I really couldn't tell. Kind of remorseful, I guess it was for.
Objection, speculation. How the fuck would this guy know? Come on.
He's done, toward the gunshot and everything.
What did you tell him that night after that gunshot about things?
I told him that I couldn't have him come back around to the house like that, acting like that. I got my kids coming over and stuff, and I didn't want any kind of trouble. Didn't want stuff like that happening over the house. I tried to handle the kid gloves the best that I could. He has a reputation of the guy you don't want to make mad at you. So you kind of can't be forceful to running somebody like that off your house. So I kind of pampered it best I could, until he cleared his name of everything, of all the accusations and everything. He went working back home, or back at my house. He said that,
So, let me make sure I understand. You've got to speak up.
I'm sorry.
You're kind of nervous. You're nervous, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
You're also shy.
Yes, sir.
He was crying.
You smell something?
We did too. Like they turn the heat on.
The heat.
I thought it smelled like that. That's all the disease on.
I smell it. What's going on? It's the heat. I get back on. No? Let's just go ahead and take a lunch recess till we get our climate figured out, okay? It's one thing if we get a little warm, it's something else if they turn the heat on.
Oh, God, Judge, shut the fuck up. All righty. That'll do it for today, kids. So we're going to break here. They're taking lunch break. That is that full particular episode. We'll pick it up again tomorrow as we keep plowing through. As K. Riggs said, we're currently in the parade of meth heads coming in to testify. That Zach did and said certain things that would seem to implicate himself. So we'll keep plowing through tomorrow. Very thankful that the lovely and talented Dr. Katie Spirko joined us. She always has amazing insight. She's got that insider knowledge on this case, which she is always kind enough to share with us. So we're thankful to have her here. You guys are the best in the business. Sadly, you didn't even come close to the goal, so you get nothing and like it. That's what happens. That's what happened. I'm ruling with an iron fist as far as the goals go. If you don't do it, you don't do it. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not judging you. I mean, at least not outwardly. Judging you maybe in my head, but outwardly, no, I'm not doing it. All right, you guys, I'll probably get rolling tomorrow, either noon or 1. I do plan on recording a Garcia episode in the morning. So as soon as I get that done, we'll start rocking and rolling. I'll probably set it for 1 just to not put unneeded pressure on myself to get the recording done for the Garcia thing. So I love you guys, mods. You are the bee's knees. You are beautiful. And remember, kids, we've got to buy me a pizza. I guess it's like buy me a coffee for our mods who keep this the best chat in the land right here for everybody. So make sure that you're giving them some love. They appreciate it. I appreciate that. And, at the end of the day, they do a lot of work for us to keep it kosher over here. So make sure you're giving them love whenever you can afford to, because they certainly will appreciate it, as will I. And to you, all you beautiful people, I think I got through all of our supers, shouted them out, talked about them a little. I don't think I've missed any Venmos or other various. Oh, wait, I did get a let me see. Wait, I did get another one. Where is it? Oh, Stephanie Dotson had sent me $10 via Apple Cash, which was cool. I like that. That was sweet. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Appreciate you so much. That was quite a delight. Just popped right up in my wallet there. I was like, whoa, I can go get a iced coffee. So you guys are amazing. All right. So make sure that you like, share, subscribe. I don't know where we're at. We're like right on the cusp of 65K. Make it happen. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors. We think we have a pretty good channel over here. We think we put out some pretty good content. We think that we supply you with some information that maybe you didn't know and occasionally make you laugh a little bit. That's what we're trying to bring to the table because we love you so, so very much. And I want you all to remember this because it's very, very important. It's very, very important. Without y'all, I'd quite literally just be an old man talking about all kinds of cases. Love you tomorrow. Oh, and make sure you leave a comment on Replay Crew. Bye.